slides in both ends. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas strip tonight. Slip that on and we might miss the fight. Fuck a night, I keep the wallet in my shorty bag. You know she one of mine when she tattoo that ass. I'm a lover boy, she love the toys. Keep it coming, you a rider. Just that roll myself a day and count my figure shit. Just that stepping out, I feel like I'm that nigga shit. I drop 30 on this room, we ain't gon' sleep for shit. If I catch you knocking off, then it's gon' be some shit. Well, you can do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spit what you wanna, be who you wanna be. But I'm stunner till I die. You can do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spit what you wanna, be who you wanna be. But I'm stunner till I die. Fuck it, I just run it up before I go. Would you tell the world my secrets if I let you close? Feel my baby, sending action. These days no quiet, niggas be blasting. Living in the middle, this shit might drive you mad. Ain't it pretty nigga, but this life shit ain't all bad. Bloody, bloody murder, there ain't no second chances. Just do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spit what you wanna, be who you wanna be. And I'm stunner till I die. You can do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spit what you wanna, be who you wanna be. And I'm stunner till I die.
All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me see where we at in this chat. Okay. I have James in the back, and we're gonna be getting started in just a moment. I know I have not been on here in like 10,000 years, and I heard it's going down in other places. So shout out to the replay crew. I'm sure y'all will be back to check out this show because it will be definitely, in the words of T.S. Madison, one for the books. Okay. And to my moderators, if anybody comes in here being completely disrespectful, please just block them. Don't time them out. We're not giving any warnings, but if shade is being thrown at them and they come in here, that's okay. But I just don't want people coming in here acting crazy because they've been doing that every week and nobody has been blocking them. And I'm trying to prevent putting the chat on subscribers only. Okay. So let me just say, hey to everybody real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring James up here. So, Soul Sister, hey, Soul Sister, Jasmine Martin, Coach White. I apologize for not texting. I usually text y'all to tell y'all I'm about to be live, but today has just been crazy. Bird, hey, Bird. Hold on, let me go up. Is it Satin? They next they'll be saying I can't read, child. We got Vivian Jennings up in here. Let me see. Okay. Michelle's daughter. Hey, love. I almost skipped you by. I'm sorry about that. Because you know I'll be skipping past the comment sections. Hey, Sheila. All right. I think that's it, y'all. Okay, so let me bring James on up in here. Hey, James.
Hey, what's going on?
Dr. LaShonda, Doris, hey. I got the legendary MUVA up in the building. And let me tell y'all, this is some real tea, right? I have been so like nervous about this show. No, seriously, I've been nervous all day. I was nervous to ask you because I thought you were going to be like, girl, are you kidding me? Like, I'm not coming over to your channel to do anything. So I was nervous. And a lot of times people think that if you've been on YouTube for a long time, that you can't also be nervous or that you can't also be a fan to somebody. So although I'm looking crazy because my daughter started taking out my hair and she was killing my head. So I told her to get on home and leave my head alone. Y'all can screen record this, even me looking like this, because I clocks my own tea. These shirts are available. Y'all can screen record this. I am a fan of James Colwell. So I am really nervous, and I don't take this like lightly that he agreed to do this. So
you shouldn't be nervous.
Yeah, I am a little like,
we go way back. We just had a couple bumps in the road, but we always been good. Even when we weren't good, we were good. And then we had a couple bumps in the road, and then yeah. I
mean, I see myself as a subscriber though before I see myself as like a content creator. So, you know, when I'm watching people, I still view them in the way that a subscriber would. And I know some people don't get like that. They start making videos and then they kind of see themselves on a different level. But I still see myself as a subscriber. So I don't know. I'm just like really nervous about this one. Well, I was nervous. I'm not as nervous now, but I'm a little. So,
because I've always seen you as a content creator. So,
so what, you have the shade is getting started already. Okay.
From the door, I've always seen you as a content creator. So, here's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've always been a fan, so you know, I ain't gonna take it back. You know, I've always been a fan. So I do, like I said, I do appreciate you agreeing to do this. Now, I do appreciate also you giving me a compliment on this show because you were like, I like the little thing you got going on, and I was like, really? And so I've been getting a lot of good feedback from the show, but what has happened is I've been losing subscribers like crazy since I started doing this show. Like every day it's been like 20, 15, you know? So I'm like, well, you know, I'm like, on one hand, I'm getting a lot of good feedback, but then on the other hand, people are unsubscribing. So I've been kind of like, I don't know if this is something that I'm going to continue going on with. Vivian thinks that it's just the best thing ever, thinks I should continue on doing it. It really does take a lot of time because I don't just pull questions that are just like so obvious, and some people I don't watch, so I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. So sometimes I have to go dig it on their channels and I have to watch hours and hours and hours of content. It would be different, I guess, if I was watching them, but I'm not. So yeah, that's where I've been with that. Now, way back when, well, before I even get started with that, have you noticed, because I've noticed some changes on YouTube, right? I've noticed that YouTube has started subscribing me to channels that I did not subscribe to. And I'm not talking about in the beef sector. I'm talking about big channels that are verified. Right. And then I also noticed that now some people who have 100 subscribers, they have a community wall where people with 400 don't have one. Have you noticed that? That's something that I just noticed after being gone for a minute.
YouTube, it does what YouTube wants to do. So I never get alarmed when I see things because they don't follow their own rules. Never did. Never did. They will change lanes right in the middle of the trip. That's just what YouTube does. So it never alarms me, but I've definitely seen it. But I always got, because I'm kind of in two places at once. You know that.
Yeah.
So I always get, you know, all kinds of channels sent to me. But I have noticed some of the stuff that comes on my other channel. I've seen some of those recommendations on my TreZur Lane.
Yeah, it's not even recommendations. They have legit subscribed me to the people.
Oh,
and
wow.
I've had to unsubscribe. I'm like, I
Oh,
don't
no.
even know who this is. And it's all like big, you know, YouTubers like that I've never seen before. So that's just something recently that I've noticed.
And maybe they're trying to push, maybe they see something and they're trying to push you somewhere.
I was thinking either that or either those people paid for something, because I'm like, how did you just put these people on my channel?
Yeah, because that's strange. But yeah, maybe they're trying to listen. The powers that be do what they want to do. So, because remember we were looking, I was somewhere and we were looking at videos. There was a couple videos that I don't know where they went.
Right. Well, I got a couple too that I can't find, but I make the mistake of not
like,
using.
where the heck? And I didn't violate anything, but those few videos were just gone. So I don't know. The powers that be do what they want to do, child.
Yeah. And you have people like Tim, he was talking about how Fat Joe was complaining about, you know, YouTube and stuff, and how people don't really put any respect on celebrities that then they come to YouTube and they start trying to like do their own thing. And the thing is, YouTube is just different. It's not a concert. I noticed that T.I. was complaining because he was doing his podcast, which I thought was pretty good. But he said once he got the check, he was shocked because he's thinking 1 million views. He's thinking it's going to be like when he sells a million. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same. So, yeah.
So I bet that was an eye opener.
Right. That's probably like, he probably got, for 1 million views, I would say he probably got maybe maybe $10,000, maybe about $10,000 for 1 million views, probably about that much. So as I was speaking of admiration, when I started watching you, you were dealing with your journey with cancer. Mm-hmm. How long has it been since you have been cancer free?
Completely cancer free 2020. Just like it, I got diagnosed and had my treatment in 2015. And then, you know,
did you say 2020?
2020.
We in 2022. So you talking about 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years ago, you were still battling with cancer?
I rang the bell in I went into remission back at the end of 2015. But okay. I actually rang the bell and am considered cancer free as of November of 2020.
Wow.
Because, you know, it takes you 5 years of clear testings before you actually cancer free. So that was November of 2020.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah. So
do you have any regrets on sharing your personal journey here on YouTube?
No, not at all. Because I've actually, you know, and it's not just YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I get messages all the time from people who have gotten my message of early detection, and it's changed what their story could have been. So no matter who tries to use it against me for something else, there's the reasons that I did it are very evident. So no, not at all.
Yeah. Early detection is the key. When I did my last show, it was either my last show or it was either my last video. I think it was my last video. I had did it on my other channel, and I was telling them that I have a family member, you know, battling cancer. And I said, I don't think she's going to make it, you know, very long, because she, like, it went, when it started going downhill, it went very, very fast. And I was just talking about it that day on my live, and that might have been like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. She passed away that night, a little bit before 9 p.m. So early detection is definitely the key. Do you remember the other lady that had colon cancer? And you and me both used to support her very heavy. What happened to her? I have not seen her in like forever.
You're talking about
I can't think of her name.
I'm not gonna say her name, but she used to hang out over at New Jersey's, Boss Lady New Jersey's. Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal.
No, not Crystal. I'm sorry, we said her name. No, this lady.
I don't know if Crystal's full name, but
no, not her. This was another lady that.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
She was posting. She was posting, and then she stopped posting. But as far as I know, she's still doing a little battling.
Because when Yeah, when I started doing this and I thought about, your cancer, I immediately thought about her. And I remember that her cancer was like at a stage 4. And then she took a break from YouTube. She came back. Mm-hmm. And when she came back, she was going through trial and tribulation. And then I haven't seen her, which made me say, oh my God, I hope she's still here. You know what I mean? Because I have not seen her at all.
Yeah, right. And that's she's not on. Last I heard, she was still, battling. She's still in her thing. She is not making videos, so her name I won't say. Yeah, but I know everybody kind of knows Crystal. I just wasn't gonna put Crystal's last name out, but with her, I'll just leave it. As far as I know, she's still good and she's still fighting.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering about her.
Yeah. Now it talks about specific medications and different things. Right. She tells me what to look for, and I will tell her what side effects, because I didn't always give all the side effects. I don't want to scare anybody. So I told what needed to be told so you get my message, but I kept a lot of the ugly details because I don't want to scare anybody. That was never my purpose.
Yeah, you were giving her a lot of great support, and I know she used to bring up your name a lot on videos. Mm-hmm. So, and I feel bad that she really hadn't crossed my mind. I guess because I hadn't seen any videos dropping. But once I thought about your cancer situation, it immediately made me think about her. Now we're about to get into Miss Patty.
Which Patty you talking about?
We ain't talking about Patty LaBelle. We're talking about your mama. Okay, I've heard you say that your mother be in the chat. Does any of your other family members watch you on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask, what does Miss Patty think about the cleanups?
She laughs at some things. Some things she says, "Oh no." She said, there's definitely times when she be like, "Too far."
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah, she's my mother.
Well, yeah, mother.
She's my mother. I'm not her mother, so she don't recognize mother. She don't give a shit about mother. She is going to say exactly what she thinks
and how she feels, right?
Right. She doesn't always.
And you better not check her about it either. That's how she is. But that's how mothers are, bro.
Ain't no checking her, baby. She'll give you in a minute. You do realize you haven't gained any days on me, boy.
Right.
Yeah. But she doesn't always agree with everything I say. So there's times where she's like, I wouldn't even did it. Like I would have just ignored that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, yeah, no, my mother, she's always there watching what I'm doing.
Wow. Well, that's good that she's watched, because some people's family, they ain't even gonna watch it.
My mother watches everything I do. My mother is aware and abreast and on top of all moves that I make. Too much so.
Too much.
Bro, she times me. Like when I'll leave her house and I'll be like, all right, girl, I'm gone. Child, if I don't call, she'll be
call and see if you at home.
I know you ain't still on that road.
Right.
I'm not on that side of town with her anymore. Honey, she times me, honey. Don't believe the hype, honey. My mother.
Jay, let me tell you what I did to one of my kids. I called her, and for whatever reason, she didn't answer the phone, but she told me what she was doing. And it's not like her to not answer the phone, but she must have been busy. No, she fell asleep. That's what happened. She fell asleep. So at this time, she was still working kind of like a mid shift. So she was getting off at night. I thought she was still at work. Baby, I didn't call the police department. I tried to put out an Amber Alert, even though she a damn adult. Listen, when I think you got off of work at so-and-so time and you got so-and-so time to get home, that's what it was. So believe me, I get it. When you have kids, that's how it be.
Child, I swear she think I'm the 7-year-old in the 50-year-old's body. That's just the way.
Kids never grow up to their parents. That's the thing.
It's the truth. It is the truth. No matter where you live, it don't make no difference. The same rules apply. Exactly.
Now we're gonna get into fashion. I know that a lot of your inspiration for your fashion comes from no other than the beef sector. You see something's going on. By 24 hours, you got a shirt made. Backpedaling, pussy popping, or where's the beef, or Are you hungry? You know, all of that. So I know most of that comes from the beef sector. But when it comes to like your real, and not saying that that's not fashion, but when you come to like the whole sewing and the dresses and all of that, does that same inspiration come from Miss Patty, or does that come from somebody else?
No. My mother is very, we're total, when it comes to fashion and things of that nature, we are complete opposites. My mother is very classic. She's gray, navy blue, black, white. That, you know, that's her, off-white. Very straightforward. She's not into rhinestones and all of that fluff and all that. My grandmother.
Your grandmother.
The feather and rhinestone and fur girl. My grandmother lived for all that lace and all of that. Yeah, my grandmother was the peacock, honey.
Wow.
Yeah, my mother's tailoring. My mother is real, like she was real serious about tailoring. When I went to school, well, when I first started sewing, she said, first thing you need to do is figure out how to do linings. I said, she's like, because I don't buy nothing that ain't got no lining. And this was in the 80s, like late 80s, going into the early 90s. She's like, I don't buy anything without a lining. I don't know how they're making these suits, and the suits don't have linings. You need a lining in your skirt. You need a lining in your pants. If you don't have it, then you have butt prints in your pants and in your skirt. You look ridiculous. That my mother is that person. The tailoring has got to be, if it doesn't fit right, you know, that the hemlines aren't right, she's like,
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah, she can't sew a lick, but she knows what things are supposed to look like.
Yeah, my grandmother was a person that if she was still alive now, she would go crazy, because you see how these girls, they wear all of these, you know, dresses, and you can see prints and stuff. My grandmother was a person, she not going nowhere without a slip on. My grandmother was small, but she still always wanted to put a girdle on, because she swore to God that her stomach was just so big. So she always had like some type of, what you really call granny panties and that type of stuff. But she had her furs and all of that other stuff. I felt like she dressed a little old fashioned, but when it came to her furs, she always had them that she was saving for a good occasion, you know, and this and this. So it's, I'm not surprised that you got your fashion sense from your grandmother, because there's still some stuff that I do.
I've heard that stuff my whole life. Like my mother's just, you know, I guess it's probably a mix of the two, because my mother is always like, my mother can't stand a cheap bra.
Oh yeah, some women, they be having on bras and they got boobs here, there, and everywhere.
Oh, she can't stand a cheap bra. She cannot stand it. Cannot stand it.
Yeah, I think and you know what? To be honest, I think that's something that the newer generation may lack from the older generation, because they didn't play those games. They didn't play those games with bad bras and, you know, just stuff showing through their clothes and all. They just didn't do it. They just didn't do it.
You're not supposed to jiggle. You're not supposed to jiggle. You know?
Yeah. So as far as the cooking, did you get that from your grandmother or your mother, or is it like a combination of both?
No. That's my grandmother and her mother. My mother can't cook. My mother can't cook a lick. My mother puts in orders. My mom's smart. She's smart. She don't cook. She puts in orders. My grandmother and her mother were the cook.
Yeah, my mother and grandmother both could cook, you know, very well. So I got things from both of them. But my grandmother just liked to cook, period. Even if she didn't have nobody to really cook for, she would cook, and she's always trying to give out food to even random strangers, because that's just who she was as a person. Now, speaking of sewing, because I know you have a sewing channel, you have the cooking channel. So how many channels do you have altogether? When you got to count them, that's when you know you got a whole lot of them. When you got to work out your fingers.
Remember when I went through the thing with when I got hacked?
Yes.
When I got hacked, I lost the sewing channel. I just did not have the energy to even fight to try to recoup it. I just said, whatever.
Thank you so much.
But I got another one. I got a new one, and I just am waiting to drop it. So it's coming back. But I have SpillitBoyTV, which is the main channel. I have TreZur Lane, which is beefing sector. I have Are You Hungry, which is the cooking channel. I have Milan TreZur. She has her own channel. And yeah.
See, I didn't know that Milan had one, so I'm missing one of them. So if y'all not subscribed to all the channels, I'll make sure, you know, when every show is over, I put all of the links in the description. I didn't know about that one. And I didn't know that your sewing channel was no longer around. I thought maybe you just hadn't been putting anything up. I didn't realize that you lost that one.
And I took down Swipe Left because Swipe Left had its own channel all by itself. I took it down.
People be trying to laugh at me on how many channels I have. And I'll be honest, James, I can't do it the way you do. Even the way you keep up with James, well, SpillitBoyTV and TreZur Lane, that's to be commended alone, because trying to keep up with one channel is already difficult, let alone 2, 3, and to actually put out good quality content. Everybody can't do that. They can't do it. We know that you have the channels, but you are also a author. Okay. By the way, for those of y'all who do not know, make sure that you check out Almond Brown on YouTube. She has done a reading with James, and she's also done it with Uncle Tim. So she reads books and stuff over on her channel. I think it's cool too that she incorporates those in the beefing sector. You know what I mean? For those that have wrote books.
She did a fantastic job. She's read all 5 of my books on her channel. I gave her permission to do all 5.
I didn't know she did all 5.
She did all 5. She did, because I think she started with my memoir.
Okay.
And then she went in order. She did my whole fiction, because I have a series, a fiction series, which there's 3 books in it. She did all of them. And then there's a 4th book that's a standalone that actually has some guest appearances from the series. And she did them all in order. She did all 5. I gave her permission.
What's the last one that she just did?
The last one was called Between Pews.
Between Pews. Okay, and I think she did that one pretty recent. So make sure you guys check her out and support. And then if you like the listening that you hear, make sure that you go purchase the book as well to support. Because I know I've been wanting to write a book for a long time, but I'm like, I don't even know where to start because I got so many stories, which one they want to hear about, so I don't know.
There is no starting and finishing point. You just start writing, and then you'll figure it out.
Figure out where they go.
Just start writing, because I've the only book that I wrote in order was the very first book I wrote. That's the one that came all out of me in order. Everything else came out
at different times. Wow.
Yeah. Even my memoir, it didn't come out in order.
And that kind of makes sense though, because if you kind of write it out, then later on you can say, well, you know what, this was a certain relationship thing, so I'm gonna take this portion, and that's a whole separate book. You know what I mean? And then this is, whether it be childhood, adulthood, or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I just
start writing. That's it. You decide what the finishing and the beginning point is.
Right. Now, I know that you live in Pennsylvania, but I do want to know, have you always lived there?
Yes.
Have you ever thought about relocating, knowing that you've been on the drag scene? And I won't say you've been, because I seen you in drag, so you're still doing drag, because I know a lot of people feel pressure to move to like Atlanta, California, New York, you know what I mean? Where it's more, people consider to be more like opportunities available or popping. So have you ever felt like you should move there, or if you were living there, did things, maybe you could have had that big break,
I thought about it. I thought long and hard about it right before I bought this house. Okay. Where did I want to be, and it's like, I'm getting ready to be 50 soon. And I'm like, why am I getting ready to try to learn a whole new city, all of that? I said, I'm just going to buy my house here, and then I'll just go wherever I want. Like, I can leave and go wherever I want and always come home.
Right. True.
And if something happens or something pops off and I end up being somewhere for too long, then I can always move. But property is property. True. And I live in Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh. I know how Pittsburgh works. I don't have to figure anything out. I know how this works. I've been doing this since I was 22 years old.
And it's nothing like home, because I've moved and lived in different places, and nothing feels as comfortable as when I'm in my own state. Now, even though I'm not from the area where I'm living now, I'm still in the state of Maryland. But I know that if I want to see, let's say, friends or family that live 45 minutes away, I can hop in my car, drive down the road. And actually, I'm not far from Pennsylvania. Some parts of Pennsylvania is only about 20 minutes from me.
Right.
Some parts of Virginia, like West Virginia, is 20 minutes from me.
Right.
And if I want to go to DC, I'm like, well, at the end of the day, I don't want to be like, I've thought about moving to somewhere like Florida, somewhere where it's warm, year round, because I'm more like a tropical person. I like it when it's warm. I don't like cold weather. I feel that my health would be better if I was around, more sun. But I'm like, at the end of the day, it's something about being at home and being around what's familiar to you, like grocery stores. It was weird even when I moved out here and they had stuff called like Giant Eagle. I'm like, what the fuck is a Giant Eagle? Like, what is that?
Giant Eagle.
I got Giant Eagle there.
Yeah, Giant Eagle.
Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck is Giant Eagle? Mostly we have like Giant. That's what I grew up on, like Giant grocery stores. So we have Giant too, but they have Giant Eagle. I'm like, what the hell is this? Yeah. Even though Giant Eagle do got some good fried chicken, shout out to them, and some good fish. I ain't gonna lie. Okay.
They haven't even.
Now, speaking of Philly, Philly is pretty deep on YouTube. Okay. Now I might leave some people out. If I do, feel free to help me out here. We got you.
No.
Wait, what?
I'm not in Philly.
Wait,
I'm in Pittsburgh. That's one of the biggest things that I explain over and over. I'm not in Philly. Philly's 6 hours away from me. I
don't know why I kept thinking that
everybody puts me in Philadelphia. People be arguing with me and they be like, I'm so and so and so over in Philly. I'm like, child, Philly, that's for me. I'm not from Philly.
And so Skillet lives in Pittsburgh too.
Skillet lives here. Yeah, Skillet lives very close.
You know why people probably getting that confused? Because remember when Rick Reed first had came on and Rick was trying to build his page up. Let's just call it what it was. And so he kept on saying, like, I know this. He made it sound like y'all was in the same. So is he from Pittsburgh?
We are. Rick is not from Philly either. Rick is from Pittsburgh.
Child, they're gonna ask me what type of shows are you doing? You don't know where the people is from, but I swear I thought all y'all was from Pittsburgh. Philly.
And where I'm at, that's a constant. The Scorpion is from Philadelphia.
Look, and I got him on here too. I said I put you right on here with the Scorpion. I was saying Lonnie One Love, Cookie, and y'all.
They're all 6 hours away.
Okay, so even though James is not in Philly, do you ever plan on doing a meet and greet in Pittsburgh? I
don't know. I've always done my meet and greets other places, so I don't know. I mean, I've done other stuff here, like I did my book signings and stuff. I did that here, but as far as meet and greets, I've always done them. Like I've done meet and greets in the DMV. I've done meet and greets in Vegas. So I don't know. It kind of just seems like I never did it in my own town. I don't know. Maybe.
Child.
And like I said, I went to Philadelphia for when the Scorpion show hit their 10-year anniversary.
Right. I remember that. They had the block party.
Had a fabulous time. I met Ashley
Miller. She is so cool.
Ashley Miller, she came. I met Pretty PR chick.
Oh yeah, that's my best friend.
We had a great time. Yeah, but they say I don't vacation anywhere. Just like I come to the DMV, and that was the perfect thing. My best friend is in the DMV. For a fact that I'll come to the DMV, and I'm in the DMV anywhere from 7 to 10 days all the time. I just don't say it on here. I don't usually tell you all that I'm gone anywhere until I'm either just about back or already back.
Right.
Well,
when you got people calling listen, I'm getting to that second. When you got people calling around looking for you, okay? I see why you don't let nobody know where you're at.
Right.
Okay. Now, I put on here. I said I thought. So it's Philadelphia. This is city of brotherly love. See, now I get it.
Right.
Because I have here. I'm like, it's supposed to be the city of brotherly love, and I'm not seeing a lot of love going around here. Now I get it. They're not from the place of brotherly love. Now it wasn't. I swear to God, James, it wasn't making sense to me because I kept on saying they say Philly is the city of brotherly love. So why do we have? So let me just tell y'all right now, we about to slide into some mess. So put on your seatbelts and buckle up. Okay. This is the part. This is the part where it gets a little.
Well, wait. Let me give you this before you go. This is how you'll keep it together. Me and Rick are from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is very white. Philadelphia is very black. Okay. People always think me and Rick are from Philadelphia because we're black. So they just automatically, when you say Pennsylvania, they throw us into Philadelphia and Philly. When you see black people in Pennsylvania, they just automatically throw us in Philly.
Woo.
We are not. Me and Rick are from Pittsburgh.
James said his neighbors look like they in Lancaster. Okay.
Absolutely.
You know, I go out there. My family gets sick of me going out there because they're like, how often are you going to go? But let me tell you, when I go out there, it's so quiet. It's so nice. The grass is so green. I love it. I go all the time, like all the time. I love it. So, and it ain't nothing out there but white people. When you see a black person in Lancaster, they actually speak to you because it's that rare. When you see each other, you give each other that, like, you know, in case something happened, brother, we see you out here. So it's like that. So
So that type of atmosphere and that type of togetherness and okay, this is my people. I gotta go to Cleveland. It gets very black in Cleveland. Yes, we go to Cleveland to party.
right.
It's nothing to drive from here to Cleveland to go to the bar. That's something that happens here. There was a gay black scene in Cleveland. There's no real gay black scene here. It's small, very small.
So do you think like people in, because I mean, I pretty much thought all states you could kind of be free as far as like, you know, your sexual preference or whatever. So people don't act strange in Pittsburgh if it comes to anything like drag or anything like that.
No. Our drag scene is not as big as Cleveland and Philly and that kind of thing. Our drag circuit is small, but our drag circuit is very white. It is very white. I did well in our circuit because I'm a pageant queen.
Right.
I'm not just a show queen. Like we don't have show bars. Most states have bars where all they do is shows, or they do shows 3-4 times a week, that kind of thing. We don't. We got a lot of we used to have a lot of pageants. So
okay.
my introduction into drag, I was with the white girls.
Wow.
Yeah, I did my part with the black community. I did, I definitely did my thing with them. But yeah, I'm a pageant girl. Yeah,
and I would see that part would be like more challenging, like to get a break. I feel like in that area, if you don't have
absolutely.
Mom of 3 wants to know: do you hang in Monroeville? He said at times. But if he out there at a restaurant, don't be calling to see if he's there.
I'm originally from the north side of town.
Okay. So once again, it's not the brotherly love. So we know that you've had people. Oh, I gave y'all a disclaimer. We're about to get into some mess. So if you're gonna get triggered, leave now. We know, we've all seen it here on YouTube that you've had people take pictures outside your house, write down your tag number to your car, call restaurants while you're out eating.
Not people. That was Skillet. That's not people. That was Skillet. Skillet lives right over there by Monroeville. Skillet is close to Monroeville. Yeah.
James.
What?
Vivian said this is like a TV show, so I'm trying to treat it like this is the Fox 5, okay? I'm pretending like I don't know who it was. We all know it was Skillet.
Okay. Well, I mean, I like to give the people the.
But Skillet said she didn't call a restaurant. She said she was set up on that one. I'm telling you what she said. She said it wasn't her.
I didn't say nothing about that.
Yeah, she said she was outside the.
I didn't say nothing about the restaurant because she didn't admit to that. But Skillet is the one that took pictures of my home. Skillet is the one that took and put my license plate in chats. That was Skillet.
Oh, I didn't know she was putting them in the chats too.
I was down your way. I was standing in line. I was literally at Busch Gardens. I was standing in line for a roller coaster and my phone was blowing up. And I'm like, what is going on? They're like, are you at Blessed? I'm like, no, because I ain't said where. I ain't said that I was out of town. And here I go and I look in Bless Watkins' chat and my license plate is going up the screen. And
I mean, who else could have did that?
Oh, it was Skillet. She was under her own name doing it. And then later on that day in another chat, it was going up the screen in another chat. I wasn't even home. I was in Busch Gardens.
Now, I remember the time when you were at the restaurant, because usually if I'm about to get in my car or something like that, I might be scrolling through YouTube. So whoever I watch, I just listen to them while I'm in the car. So I'm at the hospital center and I'm scrolling through my phone, and then I see you on there saying, we ain't gonna do this on this channel. We ain't gonna do. I said, what the fuck is going on over here? So I'm at the place and I'm trying to do like this, and then God damn it, I gotta see what the hell is going on. So when I saw that happen, I was just like, this is crazy. That this man is at a freaking restaurant eating, and they're calling the restaurant to basically say, someone Skillet said she's going to come through and sit next to you.
Is it okay if she comes over and has lunch with you? And it was in Monroeville. I was at the Eaton Park in Monroeville.
See, now they're going to accuse you, Mama 3, because you came here asking about the location.
Two people that could have actually pinpointed it down that quickly like that, and that was Rick and Skillet.
So you feel as though, or you're assuming that it probably was her, because nobody, like if I was looking, I wouldn't know if you told me that you were in Texas, I might have believed you. You know what I'm saying? So you're feeling that anybody that did it had to be from that area to know exactly where to locate you.
Because I never said where I was. I just said Eaton Park.
Listen, when you think these people on here on Inspector Gadget on YouTube, it ain't nothing that we can't put together and piece together and figure that shit out. You see
it was how quickly that it actually went.
Took place, right.
It was how quickly it went, because we have Eaton Parks all over.
Right. You hadn't even ordered your food or anything. Like
I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it.
Yeah, you were waiting on it, because I remember like it was yesterday, and I was like, okay, this is crazy. So now I'm gonna say this. I feel, this is just me personally, I feel like people talk a lot about the men versus women, but if that was a reverse situation and you were a woman and you were the one that was coming outside the house and taking pictures and this and that, I feel like it's not something that people would have ever really moved past. And I think more people would have been outraged by it, because I saw some people express the fact that, they didn't think it was right or whatever. But I also didn't see any cancel culture that I've seen people do with other stuff. I didn't really see the outrage that I have seen with other situations. So my question to you is, if those roles were reversed, do you think that things would be different on what was done to you? Even calling the restaurant and saying, "Hey, I see you."
Definitely been different, and it should. I mean, you can't get away from male versus female. Just the whole situation. Even when presented with it, and I've said when we were in a live one time to Skillet, if I had said to you, "Can I come over and have lunch with you while you were on live?" what would you have done, Skillet? And Skillet said, I'd have got up and got out of there.
I bet she would have.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's crazy because I don't fear Skillet like that. I don't fear her like that. You know, though I watch her. I got my good eye on her. And when I'm ready to move on the situation, I'll move on it.
Now, let me say this. Even though I don't know if you saw her doing it, but I know I've seen it. I've seen her down in that basement target practicing. You've never felt the need that you needed to protect yourself in any type of way?
Oh, well, she threatened me. That's when the first time everybody seen her, that she had threatened to shoot me. That was where
she must have done it more than one time, because I didn't remember her saying your name.
We had our first run-in. That's back when VS was here. We had our first run-in, and she had the interview over with VS. She had threatened to shoot me, and she went over there and she apologized and all of that. That was the beginnings of us. That's before
I never even knew she did an interview with VS.
Yeah, that's before she ever even doxed my house. She was after that and her apologizing, she doxed my address, and she also went over to the Valero close to my house, said this is where he buys stuff and this is where he gets his gas, and that was before she did any of that.
Oh, she did it like how some people do when they happen to pop up at the rural farms and act like they in the neighborhood asking questions, I guess. I wasn't familiar with that, because I remember seeing her do the gun when she was downstairs rapping in the basement, rapping the Biggie and Pac, and I was like, okay. So, you know, most people would have took that and been a little bit, you know, and intimidated. Okay.
No, I wasn't intimidated. I took it, but I wasn't intimidated. And
this is nothing personal against you, Skillet. You know, we cool, girl.
No, that's YouTube history. This is YouTube history. The stalking is real. The stalking is real. It's not a joke.
It's really not.
And she truly is an actual stalker. We go downtown, stalker. That's what she is.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to clean that up. That's what it is.
Constantly in chats, taunting, and she just called me the collector.
Did she? I didn't know she was still. I thought y'all was cool. Remember when she asked to be unblocked?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she's still carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Skillet, you're going to have to do better than that now. You can't tell somebody you want to be unblocked and you want to be back over there and you're acting crazy.
A few weeks ago, she dropped in a chat and asked me, did I want to go to lunch?
Did she?
Yeah, she get to pick, lie, tell people. She told people that her and I meet at the Giant Eagle every Wednesday and hang out.
James, let me tell you, I'm a big ass dummy. I watched one of your videos. It was a cleanup. I know for sure it was a cleanup. And so usually, sometimes I'll comment and say, you know, replay or whatever. And so I'm looking at the comments and I see Skillet in the comment section. So Skillet is in the comment section saying, James, I wanted to thank you for whichever day it was. She named some day of the week and said that you and her were together. And I was thinking to myself, well, why the hell is James keep shading that goddamn lady and they fucking hanging out having lunch? That's what I thought until I asked you. Remember when I asked you and you were like, no. And I'm like, what? That lady said you and her have been hanging out.
They asked her to come and take pictures of my new house. And she's from Pittsburgh. She already knows it's a different ball game where I live versus where I used to live. She know better than to come up here and take a picture. She wouldn't do it, but she was asked by the ops to go and take pictures of the house.
Skillet, you better cut it out for somebody end up pressing charges.
Come on, take the pictures.
So now I want to ask you this, and this is another person that I have no problems with. I actually subscribe and support his channel, but I wanted to know what is really the beef, or why do y'all even have a beef? And that's with you and Captivating Christian, because I've seen you throw shade towards him, and I'm not saying that he hasn't shaded you. I'm just going to tell you, I've never heard it. I just see him doing like his news and politics. Right. So what happened there? Why do y'all have a beef?
Well, Captivating Christian used to actually, originally when we first met him, he was hanging on the porch with the TreZur kids. He came to me via Really Be TV.
Okay.
When he came, and El Taddy and Abby Reviews and Captivating Christian and Jaded Nerd used to be in that group. They all were hanging out together. And then there was that beef. That was when the beef was pretty early on with me and the babe was going on. When that was pretty early on then. And Captivating Christian used to be live. Well, not live, but on other lives late at night. And I actually rolled up on Captivating Christian on a live, and he was giving some commentary about what do you think about the beef between James and Fi. And Captivating Christian had a whole lot to say about males versus females and how he felt like I should not be arguing with her. I should let it go, this, that, thing, and the other. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. Listen, you do what you want. You say what you want. And that's fine. It's okay for you to feel however you want to feel. But I don't have to let you hang on my porch.
Right. Wow.
I don't have to let you hang on my porch. And that's all it was. And that wasn't the only thing. There was other things that I saw about him that I felt like he was an opportunist. And that's my Pennsylvania privilege to feel that way. But that was enough to push it over the side. And I decided that I didn't want him hanging around anymore. He can hang with Really Be and them anywhere that he wants to hang at them, just not at my house.
Wow.
And that was it.
I'm just curious
if he started talking smack at that point. But he does all the time. You could find him anytime talking smack on me over in Brian's.
See that part why I don't
all down in the comments getting down. Which is fine. I mean, it's okay. That's YouTube banter.
I honestly, I did not. Now, how do you know the man got a short leg and one tall leg? Did you just make that up because you shaded him, or did you?
I don't make up stuff like that.
Okay. All right. We will.
Look at his legs.
Marley.
I put it out there. Look at his legs, honey.
I only see him on camera like this. I never, that's all I've ever seen before.
There's some footage of him out there, honey. Look at him, honey. Always standing behind somebody. Never take it. Just go check it out.
Well, they said I was in a wheelchair, so you know what I'm saying?
I saw you.
Oh, that's right, you did. I was gonna say I am in one, but yeah, I forgot you did see me. Now.
And that's not a big, that's something he can't control. Like literally, he can't control that. He can't control that. So it just is what it is. But if you're pointing out whatever you see as a deficit about me, then that's my job to come and point out what I see as a deficit about you. You have a peg leg.
Okay. Now, speaking of, well, not speaking of, because he wasn't even a part of this, but let's just move right on along. Sometimes you have to lose something in order to appreciate it. And it wasn't until I started looking around at like old gentlemen's panel stuff, I was like, wow, you know what? This was a really good concept. So for the people who, I'm quite sure you guys were around when gentlemen's panel wasn't, but if you weren't, here's just a small little clip of what I'm talking about.
SpillitBoyTV. Well, child, look, don't get mad at me, but 47 years, I have never, ever approached anybody. Literally, never approached anyone. I've always been approached. I ain't never approached nobody, gay, straight, or otherwise.
All right. With that being said, shout out to King Payne. He has relaunched the Gentleman's Panel. So the Gentleman's Panel is still around, but it's being ran by King Payne, and they have other people on the platform. I want to say Captivating Christian is a part of the new one, but don't quote me, y'all. That might not be accurate.
He was part of the old one at the end, toward the end.
Yeah, I remember him at way later on.
Nothing bad to say about I have nothing bad to say about the Gentleman's Panel. I'll say when it was good, it was good, and it was fun. And when it wasn't anymore, then it wasn't. And I definitely believe it. I'm not going down with no ship. I believe in rolling out, while it's hot. So it was time. When I knew when it was time for me to go, I went.
All right. So listen, I was gonna ask James why he left the show, but we don't need to ask him. If he say he fucking left before the motherfucking Titanic went down, y'all already knows what the fuck that means. So we don't gotta ask him to answer the same question.
Didn't it crash and burn? Didn't it crash and burn? Didn't it crash and burn? I don't want to be there when the last song gets sang. I'm usually opening the show.
I got a little bit of skinny pop left over, y'all, from earlier today. I'm gonna open up my skinny pop because I think I don't know the way these questions are set up. The way these questions are set up, I don't know.
Now, I thought it was a fantastic idea. Shout out to Jay Wilson. I think he did it was really good. I'm sorry that he actually let it go.
Yeah,
but I will have to go check out. I didn't know that King Payne was actually doing it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. He at one point he was out and he was telling people they could like audition. I mean, I don't know what he really meant. Maybe like send clips of their videos. I think that's what he was asking the people to audition. But he was scouting for people basically. And then he ended up coming up with the group of people. So we have that now. What I do want to ask is, you already gave us the reason why you did walk away. Would you ever consider joining another panel that may be similar to a gentleman's panel type of panel where you come together with, whether it be men, women, whatever, but you come together, whether it be weekly, monthly, and, come out with concepts for your audience?
Possibly. I mean, it's, like I said, when it was good, it was good. And when it wasn't good, then it wasn't good. And I didn't actually have like a blow up moment when I left. It was really very much, okay, I don't like the direction this is going, and I left. So there was no, no, I don't want to be part of an imploding. I just don't, When you see it, it's time to go.
So now, if y'all want to have Mother join something, and y'all know he said he may do it, so you could reach out to him and tell him what you're thinking about putting together and see if he's, would like to join. Now, and for this portion, the chat will not be seeing you or me for just a second because I want to put this up right here. And let me move this comment off the screen. Okay, can you see that pretty good, James? Oh, shoot, hold up.
Yeah, it's pretty. I like it.
Okay, you can read all the words on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure you could see it good. I've been drinking it and everything, so I don't know, Okay, so now I just want to go one by one for the people who you just saw on the panel. Can you name at least one character trait of each of these people? So I'm just going to go from the top. So L. Teddy, if you had to give him one character trait off of this post right here, what would that one thing be on here?
You asking me?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Humorous. Okay, so L. Teddy is humorous.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna move on to Rebel Son. What would you say about him?
Rebel Son is responsible.
Okay, that's a good one to have. QB. Now, if you don't see one on here, you let me know.
No. Dead in the middle. QB is witty.
He's witty. Oh, shit, now. Okay. And we got, last but not least, Jay Wilson.
Jay Wilson is sarcastic.
That he is. That was good, James. That was good. I was expecting you to throw a little shade up there, but you didn't. You did good. You did. I'm so proud of you.
No, when it comes to what your traits are that makes you relevant, and if you have talents, I don't care how mad. See, I'm not like a lot of like, if it's good, it's good. It don't matter if you don't like the person. Like Kwani says, I'm a different breed of bitch. I think that's such a clever statement. It's a clever statement. And like, I would never take that away. No matter how angry a person makes me, no matter how much I don't rock with you, if you do something well, I will always say that you do it well. I'm not like some of these other people where, you know, oh, you're such a great drag queen. And then on Mad Day, I'm ugly. I'm a failed drag queen. I'm the worst drag queen they ever seen. Oh God, you're boring. But I wasn't boring before. I don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people they do that. The same stuff that they love you for, they end up claiming that they
I don't, and I don't care who it is. I just don't do. You know, me and Fi just don't get it at all. But for me to sit somewhere and say that that child doesn't have a voice would make me look foolish.
Oh yeah, she does.
That would make me look foolish. Now I don't expect the same thing back.
Right.
I don't expect the same thing back, but that doesn't make me look bad. When she says that I'm terrible looking, that doesn't make me look bad when everybody's seeing you say that I was handsome and that I look pretty and drag. It doesn't make me look bad. I'm not going to sit here and say, because that child, she can sing. She can sing. She has a voice. And QB is funny. No one can take that away. He's funny. He's funny sometimes when he don't even think he's being funny. You know, it just is what it is.
Right. So, okay, so now we just talked about Jay Wilson because he started the original Gentleman's Panel. When it comes to him, a lot of people feel that, well, before I get into a lot of people feel, I would say that Jay Wilson, to me, is all the way up at the top when it comes to roast and gagging. Like, to me, you and him are the top two people when it comes to like throwing shade, roasting and gagging, getting somebody together, also being entertaining. Like, you guys are definitely all the way up there. Everybody's not skilled in dragging or roasting or whatever, as we know. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's get into this.
Catch up, musters. Have a
Now, first of all, let me just ask you, is that the worst get-together that you ever gotten by anybody before?
It worked.
It worked?
When you said it, that line right there got me up off of him. So I can't even read it. I can't read it because when he said he was talking about me, that's Adrian expression. Okay. And listen, I still got love for Adrian in expressions. I do.
I love it.
I think he is so smart. I think he's so talented. And I got love for him. I do, for his talent and who he is, and even why he came at me. He came at me because I was into it with his friend. Me and Adrian never had a crossword with one another. And me and Justin were at it, and Adrian said, the hell with it. If he going to hit you upside your head, then he got to hit me upside my head too. He knew he was going to get tore up, but he came anyway. And when he said, what was it? Ketchup?
He said, I thought he said mustard ketchup.
Some mustard, try to catch up or something.
Let's do it one more time. Hold on. What he said?
It was so corny that I said, you know what, baby?
Let's see what it is again.
No
ketchup, mustards. Have a good
ketchup, mustard. Have a good day.
It was so ridiculous that it literally did get me up off of him, because what I'm not going to do, I ain't ready to bully you. Child. And I would have been bullying him at that point because he couldn't keep up. So,
that must have been back in the day where, you know, when people didn't want to have to edit their videos. I know at least I used to do it like this. When we used to do the uploads, I would hurry up and try to say what I got to say so I wouldn't have to redo it over again or cut nothing out. So maybe he just ran out of things to say.
He thought he was letting me have it. He did. And I listen, it gave me a good laugh. I tell you, I love a good old nasty piece of reading. Even if it's real bad, it's gonna make me laugh. I ain't got a problem with it. It worked. It did make me get up off of them.
Now anybody else who wants you to get up off of them is gonna come with you with that shit right there and get you to leave them alone. Brian, use this.
Ketchup, mustards. Have a good.
But then you got to shut up.
Use that, Brian.
He didn't say no more. I didn't say no more to him. He didn't say no more to me. You got to shut up. You can't come back next Tuesday and start talking about peanut butter Yeah, you gotta leave it alone.
You done gave them the formula how to get
I've
your
never
boss
said
of them.
another crossword about Adrian or to Adrian. We've not spoken. You know, where me and Justin have actually squashed the beef and moved on. And I actually even, you know, I was out there advocating for a gig that Justin had, you know, and everything.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, we moved way on past that. But Adrian, I have no hard feelings with Adrian. And again, after that, I never said another crossword about or to Adrian. I have no hard feelings with Adrian at all. I think he's extremely talented.
And let me tell y'all this too. Adrian, I was watching Netflix one day, and up on my screen comes Adrian Expression. They used a piece of Adrian's YouTube video in a Netflix video, a movie documentary with Rachel Dolezal. And that's why I told people, even though you're here on, like, people, they shit on YouTube like you're doing nothing, but you never know what you say, how that may make it to something that millions of people on Netflix started watching. And guess what? Adrian did not even know that he was on there. I made a video and said it, and that's how Adrian found out that he was on Netflix. They use like about 5 YouTubers all together. So bottom line.
And I'm not even shocked. I'm not even shocked. I always expected something on that level for Adrian. Adrian is extremely talented.
He really is.
He can sing. He can play an instrument. He plays the hell out of the piano. Write songs. He's extremely
danced.
That was he was totally outside of his realm. You know, you just get caught up in the bull crap sometimes.
Right.
He came at me because he was trying to help his friend.
Ain't
nothing I can do. Ain't nothing I can do but leave that man alone. I still cheer for him, honey. We just don't talk.
Right.
I still cheer for him. I still hope the best for him. He's bright little guy.
Now, some content creators feel, let me give them a video. They feel that the men are too, well, did you and Jay Wilson basically, you know, y'all going a little too rough when it comes to roasting and gagging. Do you ever feel that maybe you're a little too harsh when you're getting somebody together? Because this is, you know, how the people feel that maybe you're giving a little too much.
I am who I am. Jay Wilson thinks I'm too harsh.
I know he ain't had the audacity to tell nobody that they doing too much.
Well, Jay will say that. He said it live many times. He doesn't, and sometimes when I'll get into something sometime, and I could be on Jay's panel and I'll say something and I can see it in Jay's face, like, oop, the pastor ain't happy.
I know he
But I am who I am. I am who I am. If you push and I go down that line with you, then what you gonna do?
Y'all heard that. James said if you come for him and he got to come for you, don't start saying he doing too much.
Put up or shut up.
Oh, let me get this one. So, hold on. I want to play this right here. So this is going to be like a 2-minute clip. So I want you to hear this, and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold on. Sean S. says you can't group everyone into that, though. People support who they want, whether gay or straight or male or female. But the thing about it is, don't be open. Then this is the thing. Then all these people, these supporters, don't be open your mouth talking about what's wrong and right if you're not going to be about what's wrong and right with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just because that's your favorite, you don't say nothing to your favorite about the bullshit they doing. I don't understand how you can be a supporter of James Colwell and be like, oh, and he's a drag queen and LGBT and I'm an ally and da-da-da-da-da, but then he can weaponize LGBT and people being gay. Exactly. Especially those who are not gay, but he'll weaponize gaydom or whatever you call it, gaydom or being gay against people who are adamantly saying they're not gay. But then he's like, oh, that's my fave, he ain't did nothing, da-da-da-da-da. But let somebody start calling him something other than drag queen, you know, like acceptable terms and shit, then bitches want to get mad.
Exactly. But I said, how's that your favorite when they wrong and you don't chastise them for being wrong? See, I don't want you being liking me and you see me out of order.
Right.
I tell it to my moderators. When I'm out of order, you call me on it. You couldn't like me if you ain't calling me on my wrong. on my wrongdoing. You pull my coattail when I'm out of order.
Right.
You couldn't care about me if when I'm out of order, you don't say nothing. If he's doing it to me, he's gonna do it to you. You ain't special. I don't know why they think they're special.
Which the Miss O found out, which Brian found out that same shit. Olivia, now Olivia gay.
Exactly.
You know, now he calling Olivia a lesbian. Exactly. Or heavy, some kind of heavy voice. So he's making alliterations to her being gay.
Exactly. But if it's such a powerful thing, why would they be calling it to us? I don't understand it either. If they so prideful with them being gay, why would you shove that off on us too? Make that make sense.
Right. Why is it now a diss to us? If you're okay with being gay, you tell everybody my type of gay and I'm gay and it's fine being gay. So why is you calling me gay a diss? Just because I'm telling you I'm not?
All right. So now the ladies feel as though you're using terms like, you know, calling them lesbians and things like that as a diss, you know. So basically, if it's so great, then why are you calling them that being shady? So let me ask you, why do you tend to think that some of these women are lesbians, or why are you calling them lesbians if they are straight women?
Okay, first of all, when did I ever call Olivia a lesbian?
I
never called Olivia. I've never called Olivia.
I didn't hear it, but I mean, that could have been. She could have been talking about Jay Wilson. I don't know. So I don't know.
I don't even think of Olivia that way. I never did that. I call Kwani nephew because that's what she looks like. It's more her look. She looks like a little boy.
Well, I'm glad that you asked that question because I was going to ask you today. Now, don't let us forget about where we are with the lesbians and the people. I know I get ADD now, okay? So I know that often Rico says he has a swimmer's body and stuff like that. And I know that Quan brags about her body as well. So if you had to pick one person who, like if you were doing an advertisement for your channel and you needed like a fit beach boy, who like beach boy, swimmers built body physique, who would have the better body? Is it Quan or Rico?
Kwani, because she eats right.
Okay. How do you know what she eat right? We ain't never seen her cooking nothing on here.
No, we've had conversations.
My friend.
We got to take her for face value because she's behind the black screen. And we've seen pictures of Kwani, but Kwani has a background in dancing and different things like that. And she used to be a cheerleader and stuff. And I believe that. I do believe that she danced. And I believe that but I don't believe she was like running around with Debbie Allen. I believe she did these things when she was in high school. And she's just naturally a small person. So Kwani is a thinner lady, but it's, with both of them, it's natural for them. Rico has a naturally small build. Kwani has a naturally small build, but Kwani actually does eat and things, and Rico doesn't take care of himself. So Rico actually looks more skeletal at this point than Kwani. And I know that Kwani eats because Kwani will be on screen eating. We hear her eating. We've had conversations whenever we were cool about her cooking and stuff. We've been online with her cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and give her the benefit of the doubt that she actually is keeping herself together and she prides herself on being small. So she's more of the picture of health, and Rico's just not. He doesn't keep himself healthy. So he is more of a skeletal look. So no, I would go with Quan.
Okay. I mean, but I noticed you and Rico haven't really been going back and forth with each other like the way y'all used to.
We were just at it the other day. We were just at it the other day.
Where was this at?
Where were we at? We were, I think, at Pizarro's. He was down there screaming and yelling, child.
Y'all see, I tell y'all don't watch. See, look,
last weekend.
In my mental notes, I'm saying y'all getting along real well. I reached out to him too for a statement, but I couldn't get in contact with him because I wanted to know.
Anytime he's arguing with anybody, he's going to bring me in.
Okay, I thought maybe y'all was in a better place because I'm like, I haven't seen y'all going back and forth with each other. So
no, I was going back and forth, but just in the chat, he was saying some stuff, and yeah, that was earlier. That was over the weekend. Over the weekend, he's screaming and yelling. That's what he does.
Wow.
Because he porn bombed Jay Wilson over the weekend. It was right
yeah, I
in
heard
the
about
days.
that.
He was screaming and yelling at me the same days.
Oh my goodness. I thought y'all was getting along. Now
we are getting along. That's getting along. That's as best as we gonna get.
That's how y'all get along, screaming and dragging each other.
That's all I got. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no more. That's it.
Okay, now I mentioned
Kwani and her being Kwani being a lesbian. I don't really go so far as to her being a lesbian. That's not really my statement. I call her nephew and stuff because she looks like a boy. She's built like a teenage boy. So that's kind of where that comes from with me. She looked like a little boy, little bald head, little boy. So that's where that comes from. It don't have anything to do with her being a lesbian. Her thing is more, she has issues. She has homophobic issues. And I've always tried to ask, like, girl, why? Why do you have those feelings? What's going on? You know, the street says that she has one, that she created one. But she don't want to talk about it. So that's kind of the thing. It's like, is it you or is it the one you created? What keeps you in such disarray? Now, when it comes to properly, I call her a lesbian because that's how I view her. And I've never taken that back. Out of her mouth, out of her own admission, she has had a situation with a woman in the past. And she said that she still watches lesbian porn and she enjoys it. She actually prefers lesbian porn. That right there, when she said that, even when we were cool, that was enough for me. In my mind and the way I feel about her, she is a lesbian. And there's no one who can tell me anything different.
If you've been with a woman in the past, that makes you at least bisexual, if nothing else.
Now, I mean, I give wiggle room. I give wiggle room because I know some people in their youth, they will do things and they try things out and they like, that ain't for me, boys and girls. And those people I would not consider as gay. That's somebody being young, tried something, it wasn't for them and they moved on. But where she made the problem, well, it ain't really a problem. I mean, it is what it is. But I watch lesbian porn, I prefer lesbian porn. See that? No.
Yeah, if you put those two things together, I've never heard
that was out of her mouth, not out of mine. And then other things have come out that she said that were very suspect to me. So in my eyes, she's a lesbian and she always will be. Okay. And it's not that I think that that's bad. I don't have an issue with it at all. The issue is that she thinks it's bad. That's the issue. That's why she's so angry.
Yeah,
I mean, being gay. Why do I care? I don't mind her being gay.
If I don't know, like if you say you've been with a woman before, I guess I don't know. Some people think that if they're with women,
got a leg up on me. I ain't never been with a woman before. Go ahead, girl.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, I was listening to her. No, was it her or somebody else the other day? They were saying they can't imagine that Jay Wilson had ever been with a woman before, and they were naming all like the different content creators and the gay men, and which ones they think
and why. Jay Wilson was attached to the church. Jay Wilson is good looking. Wilson is a good looking male. And why would you think that there wasn't a woman that would have laid with him?
Yeah, I mean that's what they were saying. They were saying like,
that's them being mean.
I think it was don't let me lie on her. It was either her or somebody else, but I believe it was her that was saying that. No, it was her because how I know it was her too is because she was explaining how she had met Sean before and how he doesn't come across very feminine, so she can believe that he had been with a woman before. And she said, plus he told us, which I remember him telling that story too. And so they were saying like, with Sean, I believe him. With Jay Wilson, I know he's never been with no woman before. And then they said, well, we know that Rick did because he has a child, that like they were going through the list like that. And it was her because Chelsea then stepped in. And then that's when Quan said, well, yeah, remember, I met Bradley too when I went down Baltimore. So yeah, it was that same conversation.
It's crazy because it's really not on the males. There are females where us being gay is not a deal breaker.
Right.
So that whole conversation is silly. The whole conversation is silly. There are people who I know right now, I can pick up that phone and can have sex with a woman. That us being gay, us having feminine weight, it's not a deal breaker for a lot of women. It just is what it is. So that conversation is silly to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, say that maybe he was with a woman that didn't like it. That's something that now we on to something different.
Right.
If you wanted to go into a thing and say, you know, in your mind, you just can't imagine him liking sex with a woman, then maybe I'll talk with you. But I don't know. As B and J have never really gone that deep into a conversation. But I can see maybe you going that way. You know, but to say that anybody can have sex with anything and anybody they want.
That is accurate.
Somebody want to get down, child.
Right. Now we had mentioned Olivia's name earlier, and so I know you and her had a situation come up. I'm not gonna lie, I never watched her video that she made for you because she blocked me, and I'm just the type of person where I don't go where I'm not appreciated. Like if I ain't done nothing to you and suddenly I'm blocked, then like I don't have to say nothing bad about you, but I don't have to go over there, whatever. So I didn't go back to watch the video that she made to you, but I watched what you said to her. So
can I tell
that's
you a
what
secret?
I'm going off of.
Secret?
Huh?
Can I tell you a secret?
You didn't watch it either? Oh yeah, you said you didn't watch it. You didn't watch it?
None of them. I already knew what she was going to say. I ain't waste my time on that. I already knew what
What if she said something nice?
She didn't. She did enough in her community wall.
Oh, for you to know the temperature.
Right. And I didn't even go real hard on Olivia. I said what I had to say and I kept it moving. I didn't go hard on Olivia. I said what I had to say. I never watched those videos.
A lot of people think I'm joking when I say I don't watch videos. I can see my name in the title. That doesn't make me click on it. If anything, that's enough. Like if I see my name in the title and I don't fuck with you and I don't like you, I'm blocking you immediately for even having my name.
No, I just didn't think that she could. See, I watch, you know, if somebody's dragging, I'll watch. Because again, I like a good drag, even if the drag is on me. But I just didn't feel that Olivia was going to deliver a good drag on me. I didn't feel she was worthy of my watch time.
Right. And so then she also was basically alluding to the fact saying you're a colorist because you had called Lovely Love a monkey, but Olivia has called Brianna Harambe.
But Olivia called me a monkey. That's what got it started. That was how she got it started. She called me a monkey, and she said that she did that because I called
Lovely Love
a monkey, and that was why she did it. See, again, that would be silly because now what I'm arguing with you about Lovely Love, you don't even like Lovely Love. See what I mean? She wasn't worthy of my watch time. So it wasn't a big thing. I just went off of what she did on the community wall. That was enough. You did. If you say I fought more on the community wall, I gave her side-by-side photos. Side-by-side photos. You're over here talking about my looks. Okay, well, let's talk looks. You have mine on the screen, but here are photos of you and photos of me. Period.
Now, do you think she was just clout chasing, or do you think it's a deeper issue going on?
No, everything, her whole existence in the beefing sector is a clout chase. Always has been. There's nothing wrong with that. We allowed her, well, me personally, I allowed her to chase as long as I chose to allow her to chase. When I got done letting her chase, I melted the soles on her shoes. Real simple.
Now, speaking of Olivia, that then made you and Uncle Claude get into a situation because he felt as though, you know, you brought up his name. He made a video and he responded. And let's go to that.
And the thing is, we all know that video is still up. Your boy, I noticed he hid a lot of videos on his page. I mean, what a cowardly act that is. But, you know, that's what cowards do. So what the heck? You know, that is an offense. You know damn well. I please. That person doesn't look anything like me. Not even on my worst day, I couldn't look like that guy. Well, I don't have to talk about another person's sexuality. I don't have to do that because I'm quite comfortable in who I am. Everybody that knows me knows I am 100% 24/7 a real man. Yeah, I understand. Again, he's playing the YouTube game. It is what it is. And if this is what he needs to do in order to get his people riled up and to get whatever clicks and views, I mean, hey, God bless him, man. But he's just not really worth. I mean, really, dude. And again, I just don't understand how ugly people can talk about other people being ugly. I mean, really? And then call me one of the girls. Really, man? You know, and then how he tried to clean it up, talking about, oh, I don't mean sexually, blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously you meant something by it. But dude, you know, the cold hard fact is, whether you try to dress up as a man, whether you try to dress up as a woman, you look terrible no matter what you dress up as. You look like all you do is bully other black women. And also that you are a miserable person that needs YouTube for validation. I don't have to talk about another person's sexuality. I don't have to do that because I'm quite comfortable in who I am. All I have to say, man, is do better, man. Really. Do better. Half-ass cleanups. Do better. You know, even when you dress up like a man or a woman or whatever, do better, because right now, I mean, it's like you're not even putting any effort into it. You look like a ham hock with a skirt and a wig.
And you know, I love me some Uncle Claude. How the hell did you and him reach that point? How did y'all get there?
Child, because child, I love it. I love it. That video told the whole story. That told the whole story. I'm a man. I'm a real man. Real men don't argue like that. I ain't never had a real man stand up and tell me about what I look like as a woman versus what I look like as a man. I ain't never had that so-called real masculine man he's talking about ever even go that deep into that detail of that or be watching. Because to do all that, that meant that you watch me and you watch me very closely. But the whole thing about hiding videos and this, that, and that, huh? All my videos is up over there. I took down all the videos to aggravate people. You remember when I took the videos
Oh,
down?
yeah, I remember that.
Everything down, period. Just to aggravate folks. I did it, and they're all back up. I never hid videos. That ain't what I did. And it all actually started because of a actual coward move. There was the whole situation where I made a comment about Emmett that people didn't like. I then did two videos where I opened my platform and I said, if you have something to say, you could come on over and you can say whatever you want. I stayed on. It was an hour. maybe 2 hours on one, an hour on the other. It was 3 hours in total on 2 videos that I did where people could come and express their feelings of whether they liked it, they didn't like it, or whatever. And I took whatever they gave. Claude was in both videos. Claude never hit the link.
Yeah, he was saying that it was a long live, and you know that he was only there for maybe like 45 minutes of it.
However, you were there and you didn't click the link. A few days later, Olivia did her clout chase. She decided to do a video and she dropped her link and he went up on hers. And
right. Now he did say in there. He did say in there.
Now, for me, that looks like a cowardice act. Because when my whole male ass was over there sitting on that platform, and it wasn't anything hostile. It was just an open forum for you to say whatever it was you wanted to say. Whatever you wanted to say. And everybody wasn't kind.
Yeah, I was there. I watched it in real time.
Yeah, the first person that went up cussed me out. And that's what I'm saying. You didn't come up, but you go over onto Olivia's and you bumping your gums. For me, that was a very cowardice thing. That's how I felt. And even with that, wasn't no issue with Claude. I said what I said, and it was for Claude to take it and shut up. Just like I took what he had to say and shut up. It was what it was. And the thing what was so funny about his video is he was attacking my looks from the beginning of the video. Claude was attacking my looks, and his chat was dragging him. The chat was dragging Claude. And somebody was down there told him, y'all look alike. And he got in his feelings. So Claude's video to me I thought it was YouTube gold.
Now he did say in that video that he's loyal to Olivia. So in the same breath, it's like, can we completely blame him for his loyalty? You get what I'm saying? But are you saying it's okay to be loyal, but just at least be honest about it and don't make it seem like it's something else? Is that what you're saying?
Well, just do what you want. Just period. I don't even care. Just do what you want. But I thought he looked kind of silly. I think he was outside of his realm. And it actually showed, like, I don't know what you do over there on your channel, but I know that you watch me, and you showed everybody that you watch me. You watch me and you watch all of what I do. All of what I do, to the point that you think that you could discuss it. So it was okay. Claude's a fan. Hi, Claude. That's cool.
Child.
No,
okay.
with Claude. I ain't mad with Claude. That was, again, now that's how men do things. Claude said what he had to say. I said what I had to say. End of story. If he shut up, I shut up. If he wanted to continue on, then I continue on. But no, you ain't coming across as a man, and I didn't have to backpedal anything. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. When I said it was like one of the girls, that video sounds like one of the girls. It doesn't sound like me arguing with a man. It sounds like me arguing with a little bitch.
Okay.
You ugly. You're ugly. You're ugly. You're ugly even when you're a man and you're a woman. You're ugly. Okay.
So he brought up the Emmett Till, and so I feel like the Emmett Till people were just kind of bringing that back up because of this whole colorism thing. I feel like that's what led people to back talking about that again, right? So Miss D.O., she was upset with you because, at this point, she wasn't really acting like she was upset, but what happened was, initially when I heard her, she was stating that she was disappointed in you because Kimmy made a video, and in Kimmy's video, Kimmy had named, a couple of the OGs in the, they were actually all OGs in the sector. It was like, I think in the title, it was like you, Sean, Nika. No, was it Nika? Maybe not. I'm not for sure if it was Nika up there or not, but I knew it was like you, Sean, da-da-da. And so
I think she named all of me, Sean, Nika, and Kwani. I think
okay, Kwani. I remember. Okay, Kwani. Okay. So she was saying that you guys being OGs in the beef sector, but da-da-da-da. So Misty O then says that one of her supporters, who has also been a longtime supporter of you, was disappointed because you basically had an opportunity to, I guess, advocate on behalf of the whole colorism situation, and you basically didn't. You kind of responded to Kimmy, but it was in a more way of like, you know, whatever. You weren't, I guess she wanted you to be upset with Kimmy or not to respond to Kimmy, or I don't know. So one of her supporters that supports you is upset because you had an opportunity to advocate on behalf of colorism. How do you feel about that?
It was silly. It was silly. I've just come from the cusp of where people were saying that I was colorist. So protect your neck. Protect your neck. That whole Emmett Till thing, there were some people who literally did not like what I had to say. And there were some people who just jumped on like, oh, good, we could pound on him with this one. This one looks like it's going to land. We could pound on him with this one. That's what was going on. And everybody's seen it. Either way, I didn't care.
I know you didn't, because you said I'm not apologizing. They know James ain't apologizing.
I said what I said. And I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And there's some people that's still trying to hang on it because they think it's a good fighting point, because they think it's a sore point. It's a power. They don't care nothing about no Emmett Till.
They really don't.
Right.
Now, there could have been some people. I don't think people in this little, you know, the people we see all the time with the mess, I think they didn't give a damn. But maybe a couple people feel really genuinely offended by it. But I don't think as many that
people were. That's why I did the videos I did. Come on and talk. Come on and talk. Say what you have to say, and then I'm moving on. But no, I'm not going. Whenever you owe us I don't know you. I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, so I think that's where it started. You know, with Olivia, I think it was the colorism thing, and then that's why all of this other stuff, it went to Claude and so on and so forth. But I do remember a time where, because when you said like Olivia clout chasing, I remember a time that her and Nika, well, she had said some stuff to Nika. She had kept on coming at Nika, and Nika didn't really, you know, say anything or whatever. So I think Nika came in her chat, and I think Olivia maybe had apologized or something like that. And I just remember her telling Nika, well, you can go ahead and do your video and get me back, and I get my one and everything. And from then I said, well, you know, I realized for her, this is a business. Because if you're really mad, you're not going to switch that up and be like, okay, well, you do this and go back and this, let's get our money. That right there let me know that this is, and I'm not saying that she's the only one. I think many people are like that.
And I always thought it was cool that she just say that. I mean, it was, I never had a problem with it, but I've always knew where she stood. So that's why I just laughed whenever I said she was clout chaser. She got so angry, but I said, I guess I called you out. So whatever. I think you're a clout chaser. It's no big deal. And
this is the thing. I've been saying for the longest time that a lot of these beefs and stuff are orchestrated for clicks and views. Now, am I the only one, or do you think that people are also creating storylines, beefs, and so forth for clicks and views?
You know they do.
Yeah, but when I say they say I'm lying when I say it. So I mean, I just had to ask you because maybe they'll believe what you say.
People do it.
Some of these people be on the phone with each other behind the scenes. Okay, well, let me not say too much. They don't watch me.
Because that's happened. We've heard where people have actually said they talked to so and so and have put it all out there. You know, it happens.
Yeah. That's why I don't take a whole lot of stuff these celebrities do, because the celebrities.
Because, like, honestly, what did I have to, like? Because what Claude said, if I got to do that to rile my people don't even know who Claude is. They don't even know who Claude is. I was like, all right, Claude. I mean, you know, do what you do. But I felt like Claude was out of his realm. That's not what Claude does. That's not even the type of commentary that Claude does. So again, to walk away from that being mad at Claude, why?
Okay, when James called Kwani a OG, she is an OG in the sense of
I don't consider her an OG. Well, I don't consider Kwani an OG. That was what Kimmy put in the thing. I wasn't me. I didn't consider Kwani no OG.
I don't consider her one either, to be honest. But when she
wasn't even here.
She was around but she wasn't doing content.
Again, she wasn't here.
Well, She wasn't doing, she wasn't doing content. Now I know she was in chats and stuff. I remember that because she used to be over there with
she
Outspoken One.
She was a flunky. She was Sean Bradley's flunky. If we consider her an OG, then we have to consider Truth Enterprise an OG as well.
But
because they were the same. They were exactly the same. They actually are exactly the same. I don't think no more quantity than I do of Truth Enterprise. They both got the same time and tenure here on these YouTube streets.
Oh, God.
So if you respect quantity, you must respect Truth Enterprise. And that's not a read. That's just the truth. Both of them were flunkies of Sean Bradley's. Those were people that he said.
I thought Quan Quan started off with VS. Is that not true?
I don't know where she started, but the both of them, when I seen them, it was here, cuss this person out. I'm going live and so, and they get on there and they cuss the person out. That's how both of them got their name on the streets. And that's no read. That's just the truth.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, everybody was birthed somewhere. They were birthed up underneath Sean's ball sack.
But they get mad with me when people come around in even 2022 and I say they're not a part of the beef sector. They be like, yes, they are. They do beef sector content. I said, that don't make them in the beef sector, but they say I don't know what I'm talking about. So I don't know. They be having different rules for different people. So now, speaking of, you don't know if some of these people are friends or if they're not friends or whatever. I want to get into friendship. And I asked Nika this when she was on the channel. I said, Nika, why do you think people have such an issue with you and James' friendship? Did you hear her? Did you hear what she had to say?
Yeah.
So do you think people are just pretty much, because for the most part, I don't really see anybody who's like a true supporter this really against it. It's the kind of people that's trolling in the chat. That's what I see. But, I think they still try to kick up stuff. But I don't think it's anybody like on her side that really supports her that has an issue with it, or anybody on your side.
Oh, really no, all her people are not. No. All her people are not on board.
Well, I don't think they cut you
out. Some people who are still stuck there and they like, you want to be friends with him, it's cool. And they, they're not trolling or saying anything, but everybody's not, in line with it. Everybody's not good with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least they're not trolling on top of it, because the people that I see,
trolling, the trolling is crazy. It's silly to me. It's people died for us to make up, and then now they're dying for us to fall back out. People just ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah. And let me say this about friendship. One thing that I learned about friendship from my sister, T.S. Madison, she always said, you my sister, and you ain't never supposed to be sitting with nobody that don't fuck with me. So you ain't supposed to be like, basically, they ain't for me. Like, those are her words, right? So this is where I'm gonna probably clean you up a little bit in this, because I had watched your video and it wasn't really a cleanup, but I think you might have did it on TreZur Lane, I believe. And you were talking about the situation with you and DKL. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him his props, and I'm gonna go ahead and play his claim to fame, honey, because he plays this thing every video. You're gonna see the same little clip. So we're gonna play it here for him.
You gotta be him dancing at Maddie's.
Yeah, now he did fuck up on here. I ain't gonna lie. That he when I say the dancing, he did that on the dancing. I'll give him that. Okay, so we're gonna go to the clip and then we come right back.
Okay.
Okay. So let me get my broom together. James, you don't know the difference between business and friendship?
Surely I do.
Oh, you know the difference? Okay. I was watching one of your nasty piece of videos and you was talking about people being friends and stuff. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know about you. You said you and her friends and them two, they friends and everything. And I said, friends? Seem like business to me. I'm saying, sis, if you ever need a motherfucking mascot, call Kelly Love and see if he can Tootsie roll in the beginning of every motherfucking show for you. How about that? I'm just saying. Mm-hmm.
Well, I can only speak from what I know. I know that Maddie is fond of Kelly, and I know Kelly is fond of Maddie. Now, Kelly, you know, he says they're friends. I can only speak.
That? Oh, he said that. Oh,
yeah. I am friends with Maddie.
Yeah.
If I pick up this phone,
I saw you.
I don't. But other than that, I can't really, and I don't. You know, I don't really speak on her friendships or anything that I know about Maddie ever. I never bring her business because she is my friend. I never bring her business to the street. I never do videos about messy shit that happens around her because she is my friend. So all I have is I do know for a fact that she's fond of Kelly Love. But other than that, I couldn't really tell you what the realm of their friendship is. I really couldn't.
There would have to be one there for you to understand anything about it. But anyway, we're just gonna move right along. We just go. I listen. I told you what my peoples told me.
So now you don't went and got the broom for nothing.
My people said.
I was wondering. I was like, what did I do? What are you gonna get the broom for?
Now, why do you think he really blocked you? Honestly, do you think it's because he felt as though you were shading him, or do you think it was other stuff?
I don't know. I actually, you know what I said? I said, you know, there were some things like in the past, you know, sometimes things just build up. And then one day you say, you know what, I just had enough. And I thought it was certain things like that. And I spoke that. I said that. I came live and I said, this is what's going on. No, we didn't have a big falling out. And it's just, you know, some things I've said in the past. And that just built up. And Kelly decided he didn't want to move forward with me. But then Kelly came live, called me a bitch and said that it wasn't that at all, that he just woke up on a Tuesday and decided that he wanted to block me. So I just said, all right. I mean, what more? There was not, it's fair. It's fair. We actually didn't have a blow up. There was no reason to drag him or anything like that because I wasn't angry with him. He asked me to go away. I went away. You know, and I've said that, you know, when I'm into it with a person, I'll come down in your chat because I'm a bitch like that and sit on the front row and cross my legs. What's going on up in here? That's what I do. I don't do that. We were cool. There was no fallout. He blocked me and said he didn't want nothing to do with me no more, to leave him alone. I literally left him alone. I don't watch Kelly Love's videos. I don't go over there. Like, you know, I go in bushes. You know, I be hanging out in the bush. I don't hang out.
Well, I doubt you. I mean, you don't really got to watch him. You don't got to watch him. You don't got to watch him if you're watching everybody else. Because by the time you watch his shit, you ain't gonna do nothing but watch everybody else's shit anyway.
Well, I mean, it just kind of was what it was. I mean, I'm not angry with Kelly, so there's no need for me to show up and make him uncomfortable. I'm not angry with Kelly, so there's no reason for me to do anything to make Kelly uncomfortable. Like, I'll go into Rico's, I'll go into Brian's, and I purposely and drop down and say smart shit.
Yeah, and then they be talking about how you
I will drop down in there and get them right together, and I know it irritates them, but there's no reason for me to do anything like that to Kelly. I'm not angry with Kelly at all, and I like Kelly enough to let him go. That's really it. It really doesn't get any simpler than that, and I don't think people like that answer, but that is honest to God the truth. I'm not angry with Kelly. I have no reason to be dragging Kelly or anything like that. I granted him his wish. I don't go around him. I unsubscribed and I stay from over there.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even go over there for no type of see what was going on for a statement, because I just had to take your word for it. So
what he does, because Kelly throws shade and different things. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't know whenever my name comes up, because people send stuff. They do that, but it ain't no big deal.
That they do.
It's not no big deal. It's all right. Like I said, I like Kelly enough to grant him his wish and just leave him alone.
And y'all can start sending me clips of upcoming guests that'll be on the show. If y'all see any clips out there that y'all think that I need to hear when they on their way over here, just send them to my email. Because next week I will be having Brooke Valentine and her husband Malik over here. Now, a lot of people have tried to take down your platform, whether it be from false copyright flags, all of these other things. So when I heard this, which I heard, what's his name? Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly is on YouTube. If y'all not subscribed to his channel, check him out. He does a lot of times little small clips of what's going on in the beef sector. And sometimes you really don't have 5 hours to spend to hear, what happened. By the way, don't use my shit because I do flag. Let me pause and give y'all that. As I use somebody else's shit. So let me go ahead and play this clip, because when I heard this, I was like, wow, why do people always want to take down James' platform?
I have federal people in my family only.
I wouldn't give a fuck who you was related to, bitch. You could be Joe Biden's cousin, bitch. You don't threaten me.
Police,
bitch. Do you understand? Do you understand?
And
do you understand?
Prosecutors only.
You do what you do, bitch. See, I don't like people who make threats and don't follow through.
No, I'm not making a threat to you, but I promise you, if you get you too big and bad your bridges.
I'm already too big and bad in my bridges.
I will take them down.
Take the channel down, Wanda.
But a phone call,
take it down, bitch.
Me, you don't know who I know.
Take it the fuck down.
No, I don't want to.
Take it down.
You don't know who I know.
No.
Let me tell you, when I first heard that, and you were saying take it down, I thought you were telling her to take down her copyright claim. I'm like, this bitch didn't went ahead. That's what I was thinking was going on, because I didn't watch it, when it had happened or whatever. I heard the clip, and I'm like, oh my God, did you ever take her threat serious? Did you ever think that? Not did we think she got nobody in the feds, but even to go behind the scenes and do something sneaky because it's been done to you before. So did you think that she was really going to try to come for your channel?
Who cared?
Oh, okay.
Who cared? And that didn't happen to my channel. Rhonda didn't happen to my channel.
No, she didn't. No.
Yeah, my channel was hacked. And again, that didn't mean nothing, because I'm still sitting around. Rhonda's still walking around begging me to unblock her. So foolishness.
No, I'm talking about, remember when you got those fake copyright claims with the music?
Yeah, that wasn't when that's not when that argument with Rhonda happened.
No, it didn't happen with her, but I'm saying people have tried to come for your page so much stuff like that. So when she said she's coming for you, I'm saying did you take that serious? Because people have tried to do. Okay.
Don't worry about her. The fake copyright claims came from Chopper and Fabe. They were working together. Fopper. Lord, yeah, there you go, Fopper. Yeah, no, I wasn't worried about that. See, when you don't be breaking the YouTube laws, you don't
Right,
worry.
and you got nothing to worry about. Yeah.
I don't play other people's stuff. I don't do all of that stuff. So if you get me, you're gonna have to really go some to actually get me and get me down. Because I'm not doing wrong stuff.
With that being said, hold on. Let me see if I can find this thing. Where this thing at? It's got to be on here somewhere.
Yeah, Rhonda just Rhonda.
Oh,
Rhonda enjoys talking her stuff and entertaining the people. That's Rhonda. I don't pay Rhonda no man.
Fair use disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute.
I had to do it because y'all know how I am.
It's pretty. I like yours.
I took Lovely Love, right? I made Lovely Love sit down for 3 months. I told her to take my stuff down. She wouldn't listen, cussed me out. I said, okay, all right, watch me. And her ass could not go live.
Because Lovely came, remember when she was telling us all that she was going to play our stuff. That's the first time me and Lovely ever got into it. I said, you do what you want to do. She came to me and said, I'm going to do it. And I was like, well, if you do it to me, Lovely, I'm going to knock you out of the game. And she said, no, you're not. I said, girl, we're not going to argue about that. I'm going to knock you out the game. Chitlins, mustard, and all.
Now,
and it ain't personal.
Speaking of Lovely Love, if you had to pick one and you could only pick one, I asked you earlier about Rico and Quan Quan. Now I'm going to ask you about 2 other people. Well, at least Lovely Love and 1 other person.
Okay.
And I want to see if you're going to tell the truth now, James.
I am.
If only one person could fix you macaroni and cheese, and it was Lovely Love or Alex, whose macaroni and cheese would you eat?
You talking about Alexander Rogers?
Yes.
Alexander Rogers.
Over Lovely Love?
Over Lovely Love.
Didn't Alex fuck up the macaroni and cheese?
He most certainly did.
No, what? No, James, you lied. So why would you want to eat?
No. But I am the only one who was at Vegas Gate who actually did taste the macaroni and cheese. So here's a burst of truth for you. No one else on the trip, not one of them actually put 1 spoonful of that macaroni and cheese in their mouth. I am the one who tasted my friend Alex's macaroni and cheese. And then.
So was it good?
No, it was terrible. And then
so why you want to eat Lovely Love macaroni and cheese instead? I mean, why you want to eat Alex's instead of Lovely Love food? Then no.
If it was Alex or Lovely Love, I would do just like I did before. I would taste it to see if it was right, and if it ain't right, I'll remake it just like I did when we was in Vegas, because that's my Alexander Rogers, and I love Alexander Rogers. So yes, I would, because I honestly believe that. I know for a fact that Alex knows how to cook. It just was a bad day for his macaroni and cheese. So yes, I would definitely go at it again with my Alexander Rogers. Yes, I would.
And you wouldn't at least try Lovely Love macaroni and cheese?
No. Lovely Love, I wouldn't eat nothing that Lovely Love did, because Lovely Love would poison me.
Now,
she give me some rat poison.
Now, Fifi said you got to have a clean cooking prep area.
Oh. See, I wasn't giving it to Lovely like that.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, right, because Lovely tell you she busted open and spread it wide all over her house. So no.
I try to get them to try your macaroni and cheese. I try to advocate for you. That's the best I can do, Lovely Love. That is the damn best I can do. Woo! Now, we're going to move over to Miss Philadelphia. Now, I'm assuming that Miss Philadelphia must be from Philly and not from Pittsburgh, because
no, she's from Philadelphia.
I meant to say it the other way, because Philadelphia is brotherly love. But nothing's lovely, not about this. Hold on, let's get to it because we're gonna get into this.
I would like, James, I would like for you to give me an example about how I flip. Not that I care because I'm grown. This is an entertainment application. All of y'all fighting each other. So, and I'm not fighting nobody battles for them. But you said, oh, first you said I shaded you. Then when I said I'm grown, I didn't shade you. You said you might better calm it down. I don't have to calm what down. You too sensitive. You are one of the nastiest people on here, and you got the nerve to be sensitive. James, we both from the state of Pennsylvania. This ain't what you want. I don't know you. I like you. I support you. But what you ain't going to do is reprimand me or pump your chest up to me. You shouldn't even call my name. It's 1,100 people in the chat. What the hell you calling my name for?
This is what you do. This is what you do.
I never do nothing. I don't get on panels.
This is what you do, Miss
What I do?
This is what you do. You've been doing it for years.
Doing what?
You've been doing this for years.
Doing what?
Back and forth.
Flip-flopping with who?
That you like. You do it all the time.
Do what?
And then whenever we
why ain't no content creators cussing me out but you? I have never heard nobody say this about me. Every content creator know me in this section. So why you the only one that's mad and testing your spirit? Are you okay? Did you need to reevaluate what you got going on, James? Now, I don't want to go there with you because we do know each other. I've been supporting you for years. And to think that you would have the audacity to try to reprimand me, you nigga, you don't know me. And you don't tell me to back it up and ease it up. Even if I did shade your ass. You shade people all the time.
That's good.
Who you think you are?
I'm James.
And I'm Miss Philadelphia.
And that's good.
And that's good. So now I know that you think I'm a flip-flopper.
I'm glad you came up and we got some understanding.
And now that I know that you think I'm a flip-flopper.
And it'll be whatever it be.
No, it won't be nothing. Now that I know that you think I'm a flip-flopper, I'll go unsubscribe from your channels. I won't support, and you ain't got to worry about me.
Before you leave, Miss Philadelphia, the same thing
I will.
With you, he did to me. So I'm gonna open
I mean, it was just and I hear you, ZT, but James, on some real shit, that was real nasty of you. You a nasty ass motherfucker. That's just a real red button. How dare you, motherfucker, tell me I need to ban? I ain't gotta go nowhere, motherfucker. You don't want shit. In Philadelphia over here, okay? You did. The whole chat heard you say you ain't gotta cut it out, but you might want to ease up. Ease up on what?
Ease up on the shit that you be doing.
Yeah. Nigga, you need to ease up on the fucked up shit you be doing. You 50 years old arguing with people about their fucking kids and you trying to reprimand me about easing up. Nigga, you need to go stand in the mirror and look at yourself. Don't give me no mind. You are not the person to give me no mind. You have shown the nastiest parts of yourself for 10, 20 fucking years and you trying to tell somebody how to behave.
You keep watching me.
And you watching me too. I'll be in the chat.
As long as you watch me, I don't have to watch me. Thank you for your
service. Don't motherfucking watch me and don't ever reprimand me.
Thank you for your service.
Okay, y'all.
Now, I want to know how you and her, because she's only a subscriber. She doesn't have she said she was going to start doing content, but as far as I know, she never did. How did you and her get to that point? And why was your ex-son co-signing in the background talking about you did the same thing to him when nobody did nothing to his ass? So first, how did y'all get to that point? And then I want to know why in the world was he backing her up?
Because it was what it was. You flip-flop. That's what it was. And then that was the day that I decided to say, girl, I see you. I've been seeing her. She's been doing it. Caught you in the midnight hour talking smack. I did.
That's the thing about mother
being what I said.
You learn the most in the bushes, to be honest.
I said
all you gotta do is sit back somewhere and act like you there.
She used to get on that phone and be dragging. And now all of a sudden everything that I say is so terrible.
Oh my God.
I mean, it is what I said. I ain't taking it back.
Baby, we're gonna slide over to the ballroom. Okay, we're about to get to the ballroom scene. Okay, hold on.
So, you know, he thinks that, you know, he's living in the grand ballroom, you know. He thinks that he's iconic, the legendary mother. But on YouTube, bitch, you're just not all that. Like, to the doll, you're just Spillitboy. You know, we're cordial, but you're not my friend. We don't have anything in common like that, but I'm going to keep it real with you. Somebody else might put you on these. Like, mother has a way of trying to make people feel like they're beneath him. He's the legendary Balenciaga. But you're not even in ballroom. Like, this is not, but where the ballroom is? Because the last time I checked, I am not beneath you, baby.
I just feel some cleanup.
Where's the legendary ballroom? I want to see the iconic walk. I want to see the girl saying that mother is mother.
It's so difficult when you like two people.
She gonna be mad, honey. She gonna make a live say she cleaning me up. Let's clean up these kitties. I like the purple Kool-Aid man.
So out of it.
Me and the purple Kool-Aid man, of course, but we ain't never been friends, so it ain't nothing to.
But you know, he said you were good. He always thought you were a good girl, and he always found when you were in Atlanta. He said that you were the good girl. He said you were red.
Did he say that?
Yes, he did. Yes, he
well,
did.
I will say this.
He said he didn't. So,
you know, he drags me. Yeah.
He does, but
he don't mess with him.
So he did
keep it true. Yeah.
He did.
Now, I don't mess with him, but I will say this. He can contour, bitch. He will contour the fuck out of his face. Mother can contour. That's why I don't understand why mother ain't wearing my products. You know why? Because it would be too big of him. Because he thinks I'm beneath him. He thinks people beneath him. He thinks that his real life is the legendary ballroom, and it's not. And he's not even a part of the legendary ballroom no more. You know, mother is like a dinosaur on YouTube. I love him, but he is like a dinosaur.
Remember when I told y'all people be doing stuff for clicks and views? Now, granted, this was not on her channel. This was on Jay Wilson's channel. This is what you say doing for clicks and views because, first of all, that was so funny to me because Heidi is clowning. Like, she's clowning is exactly what she's doing. And she's doing the most. And that's what makes it so funny because I think you don't even believe what she's saying. And that's what makes it so funny. She's saying it just to say it, but I think it's just entertainment for her is how I took it, honestly. But that shit was funny as hell. So
and literally, me and Heidi have not had a crossword with each other in over a year. And that was just, you talking about something just out of the blue. I was like, really, Stone Tits?
Well, let me ask you, I'm acting like I didn't hear that. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When it comes to like the so-called beef with you and Heidi, well, I'm sure that you see that it's, you know, it's not really real, okay? But
it's real for her.
You think it's real for her?
It's real for her because all her argument points are the same points that she's always had.
Maybe it's just me. I didn't take her serious in the video.
Always brought up that those things are real for her. She feels that way, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. That's not on me. You feel I'm better than you. You have a problem with what my stance is here on the YouTube streets. You have a problem with where I was in the ballroom. I never had a problem with any of those things. Never actually had a problem with Heidi. Heidi literally just started dragging me one day. I never did anything to Heidi. But Heidi said in Jay's video exactly what she wanted, and I didn't give it to her.
Yeah, well, that's the next thing.
Go over there and go live and do a cleanup. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Well, yeah, I heard you say that. Right. So now she said in there that you think that you're beneath her and other people. So my question to you is,
she's beneath me. I know.
And you answered that. You answered that question. She thinks that
I'm beneath. That she's beneath me.
Right. That you're beneath.
And
yes.
when I said about the whole purple Kool-Aid man, what the hell do y'all think the purple Kool-Aid man meant?
Colorism.
You're damn right.
I knew that when it was first done. That's why I was like, why are people acting like?
That's why when I started calling her a bed witch.
So would it be safe to say that you will not be buying any makeup? Because that was my other question. You plan on buying any of those?
No,
I
but
got a lot of eyeshadow look
came out with her lip kit. See, I put that on my community wall. When Heidi first came out with her lip kit, I was going to buy one from her, and Heidi told me to go fuck myself.
Well, I bought one, and she told me she did not want me wearing her lipstick. She said I wasn't a bad bitch, some shit like that. So I took the makeup back and put it in the thing at the post office and did it live and put like return. And she was like, because yeah, she refunded me. Matter of fact, she refunded me my money and said, I don't want you wearing my shit. And I was just like, okay.
Hold on. Did she refund you or did Josh refund you? On to the next subject.
I believe it was Josh. But
I ain't mad with Stone Tits, honey. I think Stone Tits is a good fun. She's good fun.
Okay. We're gonna move on to the next person, which I reached out to before.
You were really working. Come on.
We moving on to the next person. Hold on, y'all. Let's play this clip and we'll be right back.
If you're in Houston, why don't you buy you a ticket? I'm sure the Woodlands Pavilion. Google it. Google it. The Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. Google it. They got places to sit and eat and talk. If that's what the fuck you want to do. I'm not changing my plans for you nor brother, motherfuck both of you, really. If you just really want to be honest to me. Because I feel like it's some sneakiness between y'all after I didn't apologize 3, 4, 5, 8, 20 times to you motherfuckers. Fuck all y'all, really. I don't kiss nobody ass. If you can't accept no apology, and I still sense that spite and that brother mother is really my road dog. I don't know what y'all motives is, but if you really want to see a nigga, I told you where I'm gonna be at. The Woodlands, the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, October the 8th. The Chicks, look it up. Buy you some tickets. Support them. And a normal person would have hit me up in my email, and they would have said, "Hey, I'm in town. I would love to have a drink with you to just maybe talk, maybe connect as two YouTubers." I would have said, okay. And I'm still saying okay, but this is my first time hearing about this. At what time is this, girl? At 11 something when I just got from watching it. I'm not changing my plans for nobody. I'm going to this concert tomorrow. Now, if you're in Houston and you ain't got shit to do and you just really want to meet up with somebody, meet me to that concert tomorrow. Huh? Other than that, I don't know what to tell you nor brother mother. The fuck? Now, bro, let's hurry up, bro. Because like I say, bro, girl, I got a good old nice hot shower and I gotta go brush my teeth, bitch, and wash my motherfucking face. And take this motherfucker after I take my shower and hop my big ass in this bed. The fuck is wrong with these people, girl? And they just so messy, girl. Now, I goes to the spaceship, girl, but I don't read them comments, girl. I don't care what the motherfucking people out there say. Ain't nobody gonna whoop on Brian, girl. And if they do, bitch, you better catch me. You better really catch me from behind and really beat my mother, bitch, kill me. But see, up over here, I bite, scratch, do anything to defend my safety, girl. You crazy? We fight dirty. I'm scared. All into one.
Now that's one entertaining group there.
What'd you say, Brian? Would you say White Lives Matter too? Did you say you was going to go see the Dixie Chicks? Is that who he was talking about?
He wasn't even talking about me. He was talking about Newbie.
Right, I know he was talking about Newbie.
Newbieology was actually in Texas.
Right, that was for Newbie. But in this same video, you were accused of having Newbie run down.
Trying to set him up or something. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Listen,
So that's what I want to know. Are your goons after Brian?
That I wouldn't bit more because goons cost money. I wouldn't waste no money on that group of people.
Newbie is supposed to be your goon.
Oh, Newbie?
You were sending her up to the place to get at Brian.
Oh, why would I send Newbie up to get at that whole group of people?
I don't know.
Newbie is one little woman. She's one little woman. She's small. Why would I send Newbie against a whole group of folks?
I was surprised myself to hear it.
I wouldn't do it. I like Newbie.
Okay.
I love Newbie. A whole group of people? No, not my Newbie. Nope.
Wow.
Wouldn't do it.
And I mean, Brian, you can't get mad at me because I reached out to you for a statement and you were unavailable. If you check your email, I sent you a request for a statement and you were unavailable. I also tried to reach out to Rico Reports and the phone said, so I could not get a response from Rico Reports today. Both gentlemen were unavailable. Okay.
I guess selling cans ain't so good in 2022.
Look, I know one thing. Listen, y'all think Kelly Love did it on that opening. Rico was fucking it up, frying that cooking the other day in that kitchen. I ain't never seen nobody cook food like that before. Dancing, hip shaking, voguing, going down and everything. I said, oh, he looks so happy.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I the last food video I saw him do, he was doing his ribs. When he did the ribs, it was some holiday, right around the holiday, and he was doing some ribs. And yeah, I couldn't. I kind of got sad.
Yeah, people kept trying to come for him saying that he cooked the chicken without washing it or whatever. So I don't know.
Oh, that was on the last video?
Well, not really the last video, but the last where he was cooking and dancing. But it was recent. Yeah, he was
Well, I kind of got sidetracked at the dirt on the floor on the side of the step. Never mind. Something about a nasty kitchen and a.
I know we love Rico over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they weren't available for a statement at all. Now, also, I definitely have to bring this up because out of things that people say the most, this clip right here kind of speaks for what, and I'm not saying everybody says this, but I hear it quite often. So let's get into this real quick.
Okay.
Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about.
OG, let me get you together.
Bitch, you ugly, period. I don't care.
When I look at OG, it is not pleasing to my eye.
UGLY, you ain't got no olive bag. You ugly. Yeah, you ugly.
You're built a little stronger than certain people like.
I don't like her. She not attractive to me. And you got blocked.
Bitch, you is fucking ugly.
Me being gay don't have nothing to do with it.
If I was reading her, if I was doing that, I probably would have said a monkey too, because she do look like a monkey.
Me being gay don't have nothing to do with it.
You are passive, passive.
Why? Or maybe you're just a little bit more aggressive. Don't feel bad. I said what I said. I don't think she's attractive to me. I wouldn't date her. I don't like her.
That's the mean girl spirit, honey.
Bitch, you is fucking ugly.
But she's not cute to me. It is what it is. So bite me.
Me being gay don't have nothing to do with it.
And so there's so many people on why I'm unsubscribing. I'm doing this. Listen, don't announce it. Just dip.
All right. Now that video was made. And it was basically stating that you, Funky.Neva, and Armand Wiggins all hate Black women. Now, I will say that in this sector, often people, I'm not saying like everybody in the sector, but when people get angry, they say that you're a bully and they say that you hate women.
Right.
And then somebody made that whole video and they did some amazing editing, how they put that thing together all like that. Baby, they could work
and fade out for me.
Reality show going. So since that's something that I know I often hear, so I'm quite sure you often hear it.
Oh yes.
What do you have to say to the people who say you bully and you hate Black women?
Move something. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? I've denied it 11 times, and that's it. I ain't doing it no more. It is what it is. If that's what you believe, walk away quietly.
Thank you for your patience, because we've been on here so goddamn long, and we about like we making a little we making a little progress here. Okay?
Right. It's absolutely ridiculous. But again, I don't have the energy to continue whatever. If that's how you feel, hey, far be it from me, honey, to try to change your mind. Carry on.
Okay. Now, I usually don't try to speak about
it's
this.
Always mad day. It's always mad day when I'm over there giving away money or giving away Coach purses or giving away jewelry or whatever I'm giving away. Then I love Black women them days, right? Okay, moving on.
Now, I usually don't bring this person up because I just don't. I don't watch them. I don't bring them up. I don't like them. Can't stand them. So now, dude in Baltimore, you know, he always referred to you as his best friend. I heard him say that years ago. James is my best friend. James is my best friend. James is my best friend. Why did you find it necessary to walk away from that friendship without speaking to your friend first to let him know, listen, I don't like what's going on, or I don't like what I see. If he was your best or best friends, or however it was going, y'all were close, and you guys were talking, you had vacation together, you didn't think that you owed him at least the courtesy of saying, hey, is there something that we can work through? All friendships aren't perfect. Let's have a conversation. Why did you skip all of that and you went straight for the dust?
Well, I actually didn't just skip all of that because there were conversations. They just weren't public conversations.
Oh.
But again, he didn't feel like it was all the way at that level, but it was at that level. And it just wasn't friendly. You know, it wasn't friendly.
Oh, am I the only one that's misunderstanding this? Because I could have sworn that he has said over and over again that you left the friendship without telling him there was a problem.
Anything. I just left. Yeah, well, okay. I mean, if that's what you want to give the streets, that's fine. So I just deal with it like that. Okay, fine. So I just left. That's my Pennsylvania privilege.
So the next person to say he just left, James said it here. There were conversations that had been had.
Conversations before that.
I keep telling y'all going to learn stuff over here. Y'all don't learn nowhere else.
You think that there weren't conversations about the stuff that happened with me and Truth Enterprise? You think there wasn't conversations about the things that happened with me and Chelsea? You think there was no conversations about any of that? Sure there was, but it wasn't public. But it wasn't, again, he didn't feel like it had gotten to that point. I didn't say, okay, now if you, no, I didn't do that.
Right. So
when I was no longer, that's why the thing with Kelly, I understood when Kelly said he was done, that was it. And I was done. And I went on about my business.
Wow.
Yeah, I went about my business and I didn't bother him. When I went about my business, I got Skillet, I got the Flying Monkeys, and on and on and on and on and on. I got docs, I got all those things. That didn't seem strange. None of that happened before I walked away from the friendship. After I walked away from the friendship, all hell broke loose. I didn't owe an explanation. I'm done. I don't want to be your friend anymore. And you're not my best friend. I never told y'all he was my best friend.
No, you didn't. That I will say. I never ever heard you say that. I heard you say that you guys were friends.
Friend don't act like that.
And
I never had any of that.
He always stated that you were his best friend, but I never
heard
you
say to him. I was a good friend to him.
No, he said that you were his best friend.
I believe that.
And yeah, I believe it. But I said, but you, James, never said that Sean was your best friend.
No, my best friend lives in the DMV. You know who my best friend is?
Yeah,
And
I
so
saw
do
you
all
with
my
him.
people. They all know my brother.
Okay.
It ain't no thing. It really ain't no thing.
Yeah,
When it
no.
was good, it was good. When it wasn't good, then it wasn't good. And after that, it was shitty. It just is what it is. Ain't no thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I've heard different people say that they best friends with him, but I didn't hear him say he was best friends with those people. So I get it. I've heard it. You know, I hear that type of.
You could be I had a best friend that was female and a best friend that is male. You could actually be best friends with a person and they not be your best friend.
Really?
Yeah, you can. Because I call her my sister. She is transitioned. But I was never her best friend. She's 10 years older than me. So before she ever even knew I existed, she already had a best friend. But she was my best friend.
I guess I'm slow because I always thought that it had to be mutual. I thought that if you best friends with somebody, y'all both are best friends with each other. I never knew that only one person.
I never took that as an issue because her best friend actually was one of my cousins. And again, they were in the world 8 to 10 years before I ever came into the world. So yeah, I never took that as a, So there really was nothing. I could have very well been SB's best friend.
I mean, I've always seen people with the chains and one person keep half and the other one keep the half. So I always thought that it was something that was came as a whole.
Me and my bestie didn't have no chain like that because we've been lying.
Wow.
You just take things and you deal with them like as what they are.
Yeah.
That was my sister. That's my sister. And she killed a rock about me. You hear me? Would have killed her.
Right.
Squoze it till it bled.
I thought it had to
deal with things as they are. And I could have very well, I never said, no, I ain't his best friend. I was a good friend to him. So I don't know, I never had a problem with him saying that at all. But he wasn't my best friend.
Right.
I already had one.
Yeah, I mean, I never heard you say that.
But
So
I always knew him. Yeah, I've always known him. He would have never been a best friend because I already knew him.
Right. All
the boxes didn't check.
All right. Now we're gonna move on to the parts of the show where we play the game called Hell. Do you wish them well or do you send them to hell? Now, Jay Wilson was on here last week and he didn't want to send anybody to hell. I just really wanted him to just entertain me for a second and try, but he was like, nope, I'm not doing it, which I understand because I don't deal with certain words that's too, just because I don't. But so I got 10 people for you. Okay. And not even half the people that I probably could really put on here. So we're going to start with Skillet. Do you wish her well or are we sending her to hell?
You got a lighter?
It's in the room, but
you'll need it.
Oh, this one need to charge. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do every time we send the ass to hell. Okay.
Okay.
I'll be high by the end of this game.
I was gonna say you're gonna be fired up, girl.
Okay. The second person is Brian. Brian. We say Brian.
No. I wish that child some of the best counsel that money could buy.
All right. James is wishing you well, Brian. That's huge for you, James. Wish him well. We got Rico.
Take a puff.
I'm sorry, Rico. I didn't want to have to fire you up like that. Okay. Now we got Rhonda Pissy Edwards.
No, child. Get her some doggone Depends and send her on her way, child. Yeah, get her some Depends and send her on her way.
He wish you well, girl, because you too slow for him to be arguing with you. That's what he said. Okay. He wishes you well. The next one, although you did not eat her macaroni and cheese, I'm just wondering, lovely love, are you going to wish her well or are you sending her to hell?
No, she all right, child. She all right over there. She okay over there, child. I want somebody to go get her some food stamps, honey. Get her some food stamps. I hate to think that she's wasting good money on that food.
I thought you were going to say she needed some money for groceries. I was going to say maybe she's not earning a lot of money. She can get some food stamps, but never mind.
She's having some financial problems. She's been down here begging.
Oh, God. Okay. The next person is going to be, you say y'all cool, y'all don't have no beef or whatever, but I call him No Love, also known as DKL, aka known as he ain't nobody friend that I know anyway. You wish him well?
Absolutely.
Okay, he wishes you well. The next person is going to be Olivia the Oracle.
Child, I wish Olivia well. Me and Olivia, when it was good, it was good.
All right.
Biggie, child, I hope she gets what she seeks. The clout that you seek, I hope you get it, babe.
All right. I'm sure somebody sent the timestamps through. Now the next person is Heidi Flyucci. Jay Wilson is
Child, no, child. I wish her well in all her little endeavors, honey.
And I'm telling you that if y'all didn't watch the video with Jay Wilson and Heidi, I think it's titled "We're at the W" or something like that. Right. So it was recent. Go and check that video out. And I'm telling you, Heidi on there, that shit was hilarious to me. I took it as clown.
Right. Heidi is the creator. See, she doesn't get here you go, Heidi. She gonna love this, girl. She gonna flip this and keep it in her arsenal, honey. Heidi is the originator. For those of you who don't know, Heidi is the originator of the whole RuPaul said no read that people use on me. And the bad part is it's only funny when Heidi says it. It's not funny when anybody else says it. They just look sad. But it's funny when Heidi said it. She's the originator of that. Right. She's the originator of that. That will forever be hilarious. No, I wouldn't send Heidi to hell. She's fine. But you know, you got to say it like that. Old stone tips. Okay. So I wish her the best, child.
Yeah, I think she gets it. That this is, entertainment or whatever. She didn't even take herself serious. I don't believe.
No, well, that's the sound of the girl worker for the man.
I'm done. Okay, so the next person we have is properly bona fide because for whatever reason, for how long it's been, 6 years now? At least that I've been hearing you and her going back and forth with each other. 6 years straight, very consistent. Is it ever going to come to an end? Where are we sending her? We wishing her well. We sending her to hell.
I can't say that it'll ever come to an end. The only way that it would actually come to an end is if she is an inner turmoil that has absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm mad with that lady. I give her a bit of advice years ago and she never took it. One day she'll wake up and take it. And that advice is you cannot find a man looking for a woman.
Oh my goodness. Where are we sending her to?
I wish her well.
Oh, we wishing her well. Oh shit.
Yeah. I ain't never been that big. We used to be cool back in the day. She ain't no bad girl. She's a little delusional, but she's not a bad girl.
Child. We got the last person on the list, the last person I talked about before we got here. Old dude in Baltimore. Where are we sending them?
2 puffs.
Hey, 3 is my favorite motherfucking number.
Hey, go for it.
Burn up, motherfucker.
Well, that's what he would have for me. I mean, he's already tried to send me there a few times. So, it is what it is. Oh, she really getting into it.
I want you to burn. I want you to burn all the way up and die, motherfucker. I want you to burn all the way up. That's why I took about 10 puffs. I want you to burn my throat burning it.
Yeah, he's wished death on me multiple times, honey. And that's okay.
Now, that is the end of that game. Okay. Now, last question I have for you. Well, actually, I have 2 more questions. Oh, do you have anything planned that's coming up on your channel? Anything that you're doing out in the streets? Anything that we should be on the lookout for? Are you collaborating with anybody coming up soon?
Yes. I got stuff coming up that I can't talk about, but I do have a collaboration that I did with Scotty that is coming up. I think it's going to be airing in November.
Wait, did you say Scotty?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, because he has that show with I can't think of their names, but he's on the show with some people too.
Yeah, he is, but it's a new segment that he's actually put together.
That he's doing. Okay.
Well, I actually did an episode, so that's going to be airing at early November.
Oh wow! Now the other thing you said you can't talk about, is that what Jay Dunn was trying to talk to you about?
No.
Did you see her video?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So last question. When you are not watching the beef sector, what are you watching?
Oh, please. That's what I'm having myself a good old time, honey. I watch everything on YouTube. I watch selling videos. I watch cooking videos. I watch DIY stuff. I am a YouTuber through and through. I watch vlogging. I love watching vlogs. Yeah,
like Tara and Hunter. I don't know if y'all watch Tara and Hunter, but they just got married, and I watch them, especially when I'm not in the mood to go walking. And then I think about Hunter and how he had both his legs amputated. He'd be out there running and stuff. So yeah, I be watching different stuff. And what else
there's music. I'm always attached to music, so always music. Always.
You do Netflix and Hulu and all of that too?
I have them, yes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, because I haven't been on here in like 2 weeks. So I've watched probably every single thing on Netflix that is to watch. And there was a documentary on the guy who started John McAfee. That story's crazy. If y'all want something to watch on Netflix, I think it's called The Devil or something. I can't even think of the name of it. But it's about John McAfee. That is really, really good. Tell me Who I Am on Netflix. If you guys are looking for something good to watch, check that out. Also All American and American. It's another one that kind of like ventured off and went to that one. All American was so good that I marathoned it back to back for the whole weekend, like not too long ago. So that's another one that's good to watch. But yeah, so that is going to be Michelle says, I love my Scotty. Yeah, Scotty's another person that kind of just stays, under the radar. He doesn't really bother anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's very humble. And I'm sure at times it probably makes him might feel some type of way that Justin J started when he did and then surpassed him. And sometimes that will happen.
Scotty actually put Justin on.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and
right.
Yeah, but
Justin came to Scotty's house. I remember that was like way back when, and Scotty had a bigger audience than and Justin J. And it's similar to like how you had a smaller platform than others, and you have just skyrocketed right past them, and they're, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that works. So listen, guys. That's going to be it. I thank you guys all that hung out here this long. I know this was a long live, but I enjoyed every second of it. I had a good time. And I feel like I learned a lot of stuff today that I did not know, like about the Pittsburgh and the Philadelphia. And I just learned that James didn't just walk away from his friendship. You know what I'm saying? There were conversations that had been had. So the things you learn over here on Weed and Wine Wednesdays, you will only learn here, because I'm gonna ask the questions that everybody wants to know the answers to, but nobody wants to take the time to ask them. So I thank you so much, James, again for taking this offer. And I am going to leave out with some closing music as always. Hey, watching from Cloud9. Thank you guys so much. And for those who didn't get to catch this live, I appreciate you guys for watching the replay of this. I'm quite sure people won't be sending out timestamps, but it is what it is. All right, thanks.
I said what I said, and that's that. So try ain't no backlash to come for you, honey. I said what I said.
That part. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all whenever I come back. Oh no, I'll be live next Wednesday. That's when y'all see me. Wednesday, y'all will see me live with Brooke and Malik. All right, where are we at here? I'm talking about leaving out with music and don't got it ready. This one.
But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh. Girl, you too fine, well, light a lie. Me, I know the lie, oh. Not only you, they my head, oh. Yeah, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, yeah. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy. You're my fantasy. Only you, they my head, oh. Only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy, yeah. Going on inside. Is this reality? Oh yeah. Cause I don't wanna wake up from this dream. Them say something must kill a man. Oh, nah, nah, nah. But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Oh yeah. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh. Yeah, yeah. See you too fine, me, I know the liar. See, now only you, they my head, oh. Yeah, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, oh. Yeah, me, I know the liar, my me, I know the liar. Only you, they my head, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh. Yeah, me, I know the liar, my fantasy. See, now only you, they my head, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, I know the lie.